Hi. Hello. It is Tuesday.
It is.
It's Tuesday. You know what that means?
D&D!
It means D&D time. Yeah, that's right. This is Bulette time. I am a resident Spartan of Rivet City Limited, your internet fiend, your best friend and dungeon master. To my right is Thor, aka Guntar.
Guntar, the angry dude.
Yeah, the angry guy.
The angry dude.
To the right of my right is Amanda, aka Dobrin.
The less angry
Loxodon Paladin.
Not quite as angry.
Not quite as angry. Both elephants. To my left is Ash, aka Arcadia, Centaur Sorceress, and Dead Man.
Oh, man.
I'm never gonna let you live that down.
And the dead man.
And a Dead Man,
AKA Ferris.
aka Varys, aka Nate.
I mean, I'm already dying inside, so it's fine.
We're all dying on the inside.
I like it.
But yeah, last week was interesting.
Last week was a good one.
So, who wants to play D&D?
I do.
Alright,
I do.
so,
Am I gonna die?
I always do. Been waiting
There's
for
a-
weeks.
high possibility you may die.
Well, let's play.
Yeah.
Find out.
So,
Coming next time on.
yeah, right?
Next time on.
The end.
What you got?
For what happened last time?
Oh, you want to share with the class this time?
It's Dobrin's turn.
It's Dobrin's turn to share with the
I already
class. What
shared.
you got?
Hold on. I got a lot of stuff in here. Well, he was being attacked by something from above. That's and we found like a hideout. We got into a hideout after we took a nap in front of a door that our barbarian just decided to Leroy Jenkins without asking anyone, which is
Hey,
how
I
we
did
did.
ask. I did ask.
He did
I
ask.
didn't wait for a response.
His ask was,
Hey, I'm about
can
to
you
do
get out of
something.
my way?
Hey, I'm about to do something. Watch out.
That is his
Your
way.
ask was, can you please move?
Yeah. He said please. I mean, just thinking this.
Okay, I can move. I haven't done anything.
Guntar also did like an 80s action movie goodbye to Varys.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Get down the hole. Get down.
Go down.
Get down the hole.
Yeah, we got a lot of sweet stuff in there.
Mhm.
Found an invoice from our man that we're looking for to a human, I think.
Yes.
Arcadia decided it was a human. That's all I can remember that we did.
I think the human in question was the owner of the illegal, or is that illegal?
Arms dealer.
Arms
yeah.
dealer,
Or
it was
workshop guy.
workshop.
Well, they're working with Cranko, so.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna say
illegal.
illicit. I'm gonna say illicit goods.
Illicit
Yeah.
works.
You got some illicit goods.
That's some illicit goods passing through underneath the Birkins.
Yeah, man.
Them Birkins.
I love
Dude,
it.
I like how we had a cook. We finally have an NPC cook who's just like,
Who I don't know
There's
if
a door
it was
there.
like Scottish or Welsh
I
because
don't
he
know.
just had
He
too
was
much
good
of a
accent.
thick Cockney accent.
I like it.
Maybe Polish.
You what,
accent.
mate? You what, mate?
We'll be in the new
It's been
Pokemon.
God, those memes are like getting out of hand.
We learned that centaurs can descend ladders for
Yes,
a short
yes,
distance.
that is.
Yeah.
If I'm tall enough, there is no ladder.
Yeah, if you're tall enough, there doesn't seem to be
Sure
any for
yourself.
ladders. So,
It's all
Uh,
of arm strength.
the
I leveled
four
up.
of you entered a sewer underneath the secret escape hatch in the illegal arms warehouse workshop dealio. And as you had delved down there, you were following some medium creature tracks. When only one of you passed your perception.
That happened. That happened.
Wasn't
That
a
happened.
good day for
It wasn't a good day for the crew, and somebody got stabbed.
Hey, I did my part.
He got.
I was like, hey, there's something. I should probably go look at.
Would you mind sharing with the class where and how you got stabbed?
If I remember so appropriately, it was from a downward trajectory about 67 degrees. In the shoulder from above.
From behind.
From behind. I thought.
Yeah, no, he got you like.
Oh, dude, he's all sorts of. He stabbed me somewhere in the
He
shoulder.
stabbed you, but in
I didn't
the
see it.
back
I would-
shoulder.
Yeah, I didn't see. I
I
just
bet
know
if we
the
found
shoulder.
out that that Guntar was just like a brilliant mathematician.
Dude.
It's the gif from The Hangover with Zach Galifianakis.
He's over there doing the complexes.
The Rain Man.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rain Man numbers.
Yeah.
So
I got ganked.
that was so
You got
we
ganked.
rolled.
My shoulder still hurts. Actually, I'm feeling it.
Yeah. So we rolled initiative at the end of last week.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna pick up in initiative
We did.
at the beginning of this fight. Surprise round is already over because they stabbed you.
Surprise.
Stabby stab. Surprise stabs.
Surprise.
Who doesn't like surprise stabs?
Guntar.
Most everybody.
Prison guard.
Prison guards.
Shakes.
The knife is in my pocket. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah. Just to kind of set the scene, you have about a 15-foot ceiling on this place, about 15 foot wide across of the tunnel, and extends both directions, up and down, the way that you came. Behind you, you heard a skittering. That's what our perception at least got you. Before Dobrin was, or not Dobrin, Guntar was stabbed in the back.
He was stabbed.
You was stabbed in the back.
Because I was turned towards the skittering, would I see what it was?
You heard it, but you were facing.
Oh, I was
You were.
there's skitter.
Yeah, you heard it coming up behind you, but you didn't.
Turn around back.
You didn't turn to see it before it stabbed him.
Oh, okay.
Hence
That's
the
what
surprise round.
okay. That's what I was wondering.
So, we're gonna start at top of the order with Mr. Dobrin. Mr. Paladin, you rolled high.
That was a one high roll ahead.
Yeah.
What can I see right now? Can I see what shanked him?
Yeah. So if you turn around, you probably would have heard Guntar like. Yeah, you would have heard him spout some kind of expletive as he got stabbed in the back. And as you turn around, there is a creature hanging from the ceiling. It's got a spear in both hands.
Also, if I remember correctly, I am currently lit up
You
by the light source that she gave me.
Yes.
He is the light source.
You are the light
I'm-
source. So
I'm
this
the
thing
light.
is lit up from
20
beneath.
feet plus an extra 20 dim.
Yep. So in the immediate area, you can see pretty clearly there's some, brackish, nasty sewer water at your feet. Those of you with feet are probably gonna have to dump out your boots later.
Damn it, my Naruto boots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're half barefoot.
Yeah, I'm
That's
half
right.
barefoot.
You're half
I'm
barefoot.
Splash,
Oh
splash.
God,
I don't think Guntar is a shoe person.
Well,
Doesn't seem like a booter.
ooh.
Ew.
Remember, we did establish that Loxodons are like human in everything else, except for their head and their hands.
I just don't see. I think he's just like a halfling. I'm thinking him as like a Frodo type from the Shire. They just
You just
they're
got
shoeless.
giant hairy,
Yep. They just
Oh,
I think
God.
so.
giant
That's what I was
elephant
thinking.
feet,
That's what I was thinking. I don't know. We'll work.
giant flat elephant
I'll
feet.
keep picturing it in my mind.
Gross.
That's how I pictured it.
Yeah, so as you turn around, Arcadia is kind of next to behind you just because of how long she is. And then behind her is Varys and Guntar. Guntar has kind of stumbled forward. He hasn't been knocked prone, but he's stumbled forward, and there is this creature hanging from the
And I
ceiling.
don't recognize what kind of creature it is.
You can definitely roll to identify this creature.
I don't know what that is.
No, you don't. No. You
Oh,
definitely don't know what that is. You definitely don't know what that is.
So what it looks like is a humanoid bug. It's got
Cell?
not quite cell. It's
I'm going.
it's a definitely insectoid. It has 6 appendages, a large thoracial region,
and spider.
Not a pain spider.
I said man spider.
Man spider. Not a man spider.
Damn it.
Nope. Though those do exist in D&D. But no, this is hard carapace all the way around. Doesn't seem to be wearing any actual armor. It has kind of a like, you know, that chitin blue kind of blue shell crab look to it, but it's tinged green.
Can
Kind
I
of
get
a,
like an if then, like a conditional type deal, or no?
Hmm?
Can I do like a conditional, like if he seems like he's gonna attack someone again, I can do something?
yeah, you can hold your action to
Okay.
wait and see what somebody does, and then essentially that would just move you to wherever you decide to
Use it.
use it.
Trigger point.
Yep. Yep. So that would just move your place in initiative order. If you would like to hold your action to insert yourself wherever.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
All right. So we'll just drop you here. Yes, this is very much a buggy looking thing.
Maybe he's just like, he comes back and he's like, I don't mean any harm. I just thought you guys were like a scary monster, but you're not.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yep. Arcadia.
Alright, so you held
Held
action.
action, yeah.
Okay. Well, Gunter just got stabbed by a giant, horrendous bug thing. Can I roll to see if I recognize it?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the same. It's going to be a nature roll to determine what kind of creature this is.
18.
18. You recognize this as something from the Undercity. This is a crawl warrior.
Roll.
Yep. They are evil, nasty bugs that are under the employ of the Golgari swarm.
Ah, evil, you say.
Well,
Alright.
in the confines of your context, yes, evil.
Alright. I'm actually gonna use a spell.
Yes. What would you like to do?
Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
Alright, I like it.
So it's
I like it. I like it.
roll right for this one.
Let me pull up. Yep. Yeah. Well, Chaos Bolt's in PHP.
Actually, it's also listed here.
Oh, yeah, I still have it listed there. Fantastic.
You said just a-
And I will bring up my
Um,
table.
You can range spell attack against the target.
Mm-hmm.
My
So it's your spell casting.
but then my cast. Spell casting attack bonus plus D20.
I just did what you do.
Yep.
Worry.
Because you have to do it at range. Because it's a ranged attack. So you have to be. It's not. You can't do it in melee distance, but you can do
No,
it.
and I'm at distance.
Yeah.
I'm still poking.
Yep. At least 10 feet is distance.
We
So
all go.
Yeah. So. 16.
does not.
Mmm. Oh.
Then it does nothing then, I guess.
Does it have any?
If
It just says on a hit, not on.
Ooh.
Okay. So nothing off the chaos. All right.
No, chaos is if I hit.
Okay. Yep. So no chaos.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. You
No.
just.
Big spark.
Just lightning just shoots across.
That's a fast little bugger.
Well, the spell save was 12, so wasn't that a counter roll for?
Nope. You roll it against their AC.
Oh,
Is it a save? Does he have to make a save?
I'm not sure. I've never done. And I'm used to auto or.
Yeah. So it's an attack. So he doesn't make a save.
Okay. I'm not used to playing
Yeah.
primary spellcasters.
It's not in this book.
Yeah. No.
It is a spell, right?
Well, Chaos Bolt it's in the PHP.
The level 1 invocation.
It's a level 1.
Maybe I just missed it.
It's under C. For chaos.
C4.
Chows.
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 I just like the curve.
You sure?
How
Should be.
far away are we from this bug?
It is.
CHA.
Yeah, there's only 2 CHAs, and that's Chain Lightning and Charm Person.
Yeah, so it's not in PHP.
It's a, I think it's
Yeah, it's only.
In which book?
And
In-
PHP.
Yeah.
in-
Ravnica.
in
Well,
It's not PHP.
I'm looking at it right now.
yeah, no, it should. There should be. What?
Our first DM discussion of the day.
Right?
Is it allowed?
And this is the correct book too.
Yep. No, I'm just trying to figure out which book it would be in. That's what I'm checking Zan's. I'm pretty sure it's in Zan's. If it's not in that, because Zan's is the only one that adds spells, right?
I think so.
Let's see. Here we go.
Put it down. I'm just gonna
Chaos Bolt. Here we go.
Found it.
Chaos Bolt. Level 1 invocation. You hurl an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy at one creature in range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. So there is no save.
Yeah.
So you just straight roll it.
Just missed.
You roll it plus your modifier,
Okay.
plus your spellcasting mod, which is your, in your case, wisdom?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Sorry.
Charisma. All right. The Crawl Warrior. Is that all you're going to do?
Well, I
You just burned a spell slot.
did burn a spell slot
So you're gonna start floating.
backwards.
Okay. All right. Yeah, pretty
You didn't
much.
see anything.
I totally didn't fuck this up.
Well, so it's now attached to. It's still attached to the ceiling, and it is going to. Since it can occupy now the same spaces as you guys, because it's above you technically,
Except for me.
except for you. Are you taking your full 10?
No, it was taking 5 up, 5 back.
5 up, 5 back? Okay.
Can I slash the bug?
Yeah, if you want to insert yourself now before it does anything.
I'm gonna slash the bug.
You're going to slash the bug.
It's trying to
You saw
empty.
no-
Roll that beautiful
What?
bean footage.
You're like flying.
Base 18 plus
Quarter stack big hands, like.
yeah, 4.
Alright, and what weapon are we using?
Scimitar.
Scimitar. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Roll me some damage.
Would you?
Roll
What
me
is
some
that
damage.
What did you roll?
She
6.
rolled. She inserted her back.
6
And it
damage?
was about.
No,
No,
what
Just
was
6,
her?
yep.
What was her?
oh, it was 22 to hit.
Okay, so 22 hit, 16 does not.
Somewhere in
So.
there.
Hey, don't metagame. We will not be having metagaming here.
Just gonna know what it is.
So you'll know.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Totally not happening, but just in case.
Alright, so now that it has taken that damage from you, it's going to rebut.
Is it still in melee? Is it moving? Is it just? Is it moving from melee with me to move to attack her? Question.
It would have to move.
So it's open for attack of opportunity.
Let's see. I mean, yeah, if you want to take your attack of
I would like to
opportunity.
use my reaction to use an attack of opportunity when it moves out of my melee.
Sure.
Uh,
Well, now he is because he's got reach with that spear, so he's technically.
oh, he's still okay.
He's
He's
tec-
still
he-
10.
he
Okay,
still
cool.
is away from you.
Okay, cool. It's 10 foot of movement for spears, right?
Yep.
Melee. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. He's
he
not
has
out.
to be. He has to
he's
be
not
at
out of
least.
my-
Yeah.
He's
So if
not
we're
out.
looking at a grid,
Cool.
he has to be. Yeah, if we're looking at a
He
grid,
has to
that
reach
has-
15
Yeah.
for him to be out of melee with that, and then I would be in melee, so I can get an attack.
Yeah, you have to be- you would have to be adjacent.
Mhm.
He would have to be
Nope. I was just making sure.
separated by one square on if we were
Oh,
to
shit.
use a battle map.
Oh shit.
But now that Dobrin has come up on him. He is going to rebut.
Not my friend.
Yeah, right.
Don't never about those wishes.
So he has it has its spear. It's a bug. And like tries to jab at you, but misses horribly. Guntar.
Guntar is not happy.
Clearly.
And as a bonus
Understandable.
action, he would like to rage.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Absolutely,
Zero to
Admiral
That's,
Buttercrust.
You stabbed the barbarian.
Yeah. Then Guntar would like to get into melee with said beastie.
Yes.
Then Guntar is going to recklessly attack said cruel warrior
All right.
for an advantage on my attack, which will be a 25 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool beans. I didn't know if it would hit or not. That would be 12 damage.
12 damage.
10 on the
Gotcha.
die. 10 on the die.
10 on the die plus your 2.
Plus my 2. Whew. So Guntar's not happy.
No.
And that is going to finish Guntar's turn. He's going to still maintain eye contact with that son of a gun.
All right.
It's like,
Yeah, and like, because he's above me, he has to like kind of fly swat to hit it, but he got it recklessly. And that's Guntar's turn.
All right. Then Varys.
I guess I'll attack.
Sure. What would you like to do with your attack?
Gonna go stomp a bug in the corner. Just unrelated to that.
just a completely different bug.
I guess I'll just take a swing at him with a short sword.
Sure. Yeah. Take a swing.
Okay, so first I roll a d20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll your d20, add your strength modifier, or your dex. Whichever.
Hey!
Oh, yay!
Womp womp womp.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so
Fashion
we're going to do
sense.
this differently then.
Oh!
No, good different.
Good,
Oh.
good differently. So you rolled a crit, correct?
Yeah, yes.
All right. What is your to hit die? What is your hit die?
For my dan for
Yeah.
my
What do
short
you roll for
It's
damage?
a
Um,
1d6.
1d6. Roll me 2d6.
When he attacks me, he has advantage. But I have advantage.
Two times.
10.
10.
All right, and then give me double your whatever your modifier is on top of that too.
So that's another 10. So 20.
So 20. Holy frick!
Bug is.
Showing up the Mr. Elephant. You bisect this thing.
1,000 years of pain.
So as we know of bugs, they have a top, a middle, and a bottom.
The head is the thorax and the
No, the head, the abdomen, and the thorax.
And
And so, like, if you think of like this is like an ant, like an ant that's like up on 4 of its legs. You have cut it across, like just slashed right through the abdomen thorax connection, and you just so he's just like arms on the top 2 pieces of his body and legs on the last third of it. And yeah, he's not good.
Is he on the ceiling still?
His legs are still attached. His legs are still attached to the ceiling.
Did Guntar happen to have a spray of effluence come right upon
There,
him?
there might have been some bug gunk
He might have
that showered the 2
He
of you.
might have licked
And eyes back. Like,
Yeah, yep. You're out of the way.
you're just floating out of
Yeah.
the way.
yes, this is nice.
But as you cut through it, it makes like this screech noise,
Oh.
like yeah,
Like a death screech.
like a death screech.
Oh.
I would like you all to make a perception, please.
3.
Yeah, 4. Excuse me, 4. Just kidding.
Hell yeah, he was on a roll.
Another one.
15. Ours is just
His joy.
on
His
it.
joy.
He's finally
good.
joined the party.
He you have finally caught up to the rest of us.
Oh, I'm so happy.
All right. So if you rolled above a 15, you hear more skittering.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, edit those on post.
He pinpointed the skittering.
Yep. So you know that skittering is more of the same.
Which direction?
It's coming from the direction that you guys were coming from.
Coming from or going to?
From.
So all behind.
So
From
it's,
where
it-
it's coming
so
from where
the
the
thing
hatch
came
is.
from behind. You guys have been already traveling for like an hour though.
Yeah.
So,
So my butt is the furthest away from the skittering.
Okay.
yeah,
Are we still in combat order?
I'm gonna keep you in
Okay.
combat order.
Okay. Because that might dictate how my actions play out.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep you in combat order. I'm gonna remove this guy and insert him
Cool.
where if these guys ever catch up with you.
Cool.
But yeah, right now you are out of combat.
Punch me in the face.
What?
1 point of damage. Next round, I still have rage up.
I thought it was you have to attack
Or be attacked.
or be attacked. Okay.
The most
Keep punching the
So I'm down to 10, by the way. Down to 10. I'm assuming his punch only does 1 damage.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's gonna do
Cool.
that.
Cool.
At
So-
minimum 1 damage.
Does
So-
it count if we just trip him every few feet?
So here's the thing: his rage only lasts a minute.
So that's 12,
10.
10. Okay,
That's
6
10
seconds.
rounds.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
I can just imagine.
So I'm at 8 more. I don't know if we want to do this. Are we running or fighting? We need to know.
Well,
I guess that
I
would be
say
my
let's
action.
run.
well, guys, let's find an exit and pop out.
Let's run and let's hide.
I highly suggest that we get the fuck out of here.
Run.
Because we need to get to, oh gosh, where was it? The
Uh,
inn. Smokehouse
yeah.
Inn on Foundry Street. So let's get up. We've got the advantage up. These guys are
Do
from.
we see any
These guys are from the
openings
Underdark.
above
They,
us?
we need to get up.
Yeah.
Well, not from the Underdark, but
But these guys were
the-
best.
from the
Well,
Undercity.
when did we get in the
Undercity.
Underdark?
Or the Undercity, sorry. They work best.
Yeah, when did we get to the Sword Coast?
Guys, we took a left, we should have gone right. Long journey. Let's get up.
Let's book it as until we see some way to get up to the street level.
I pitted in air, gallop along the air as I descend down to the ground,
Sprint
running.
after.
What?
I'm sprinting after.
Yep.
I am following behind.
Rage will drop.
But
Because I'm a speed 40 or 35.
montage.
Well, we
us
might have
running
just-
through the sewers.
I'm complaining about how I wasted my rage in there. And I'm like, well, if they fight again, you might need to heal me now. I don't
You're
know.
just like very angrily running through
Yeah,
the
just
sewers.
Fuck, I shouldn't have wasted that rage. I was dumb. I only got so many of those.
I shouldn't have let Varys punch me.
I don't care about that. It was weak. Captain was a good strategically played.
Okay, so
Do we
Varys is
see
weak
a-
after he just
a way up?
cuts a
Uh,
creature in. It
The bow cut the creature down.
yeah.
was
So
a short sword.
Sword.
Good stuff.
yeah, no, he was standing next to you. It was he used the sword.
I thought I just heard.
Shorty jumped up and cut him in half. Ish.
Which is great because like I don't even have to jump for a fucking spell.
No,
Right.
I just
Well, you can still make an athletics check.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, it's all part of his attack. So you guys are running away from the noise. You guys are gonna come up to a.
Am I Naruto running?
Yes.
If
That's what you
if you
mean.
say it, so it shall be.
Alright, I'm Naruto running.
Weave.
You already have me in fucking outfit and everything.
Hey, you embraced it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just like, I'll be behind the centaur just doing this.
Yeah, because you
so
guys
you
are going
have-
30.
30.
Yeah, so it'd be me, then him, then you guys.
Yep.
So you guys will have a T junction come up here, perpendicular, left, right. Yep.
Can we roll to see which way to go?
Yeah, you guys can do whichever. To
I'm
figure out-
following your Guntar's following. So
Is
whoever's
it
up
more
front.
like a survival or?
Yeah, it'll be a survival to figure out which way
To go.
to go.
We all gonna do it, or is it group?
Yeah, everyone
it's up- you can make it a group check. You can make it a single person, whoever you want to put all your faith in.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, that's
So,
probably
I have no hope down here. This is not natural.
15 for me.
13 for me.
4.
Okay, 13 is the highest.
Or no,
15 is.
15.
15.
Do we know where we are?
You do know a little bit of where you are, with kind of the thought from the Loxodons knowing a little bit of where they're at, combined with
My urban
with your urban infrastructure, you can kind of map out the streets at least
Oh.
above you.
Oh man, I could have used advantage had I used my trunk. Can I like do a do?
Can you smell for fresh air?
Yeah. Smell for nature. Next time.
Yeah. So you're able to turn. You guys take a right, and now you're continuing down. Let's see.
Nice. Very
All I can
effective.
imagine is if I could like Link in a Jonin outfit with just a bow strapped around him, just fucking
Chasing
running.
Epona.
Oh God.
It looks so glorious in my head.
And as you keep going, there is another junction. This time it's a 4-way junction
So we go.
So we could either keep
Yeah.
going straight
or turn.
Okay,
Yep.
well now I'm definitely using my trunk.
Alright, and it's survival again?
Yep.
Let's see as a group, see if we can.
16.
16.
11.
Just 16.
Uh,
18.
18 non-trunk. I'm just looking for an exit.
Okay. This time it hangs you on.
Oh,
a-
21. Sorry, because I get +3 to survive. 21. My bad.
21.
My bad.
Same thing. It hangs a left, and you guys are they're a right this time.
Alright.
Deja vu.
Huh?
Because she's basically drifting into the turn deja vu. I'm such a weeb.
We're gonna get attacked.
intensifies.
There's only now there's 12 of them. They don't come around by this one.
You guys continue this way. This corridor is just straight for about 10 minutes of going straight. I'm gonna need a perception from everybody, please.
Oh no, Gunther did not see anything. Fuck. Perception.
Damn
Alright.
Check out 5.
So you hear rushing water. It's not close,
Oh,
but
it's not.
Like
Yeah.
going towards us.
yeah,
But I still slow down a little bit.
yeah. So you hear the sound of rushing water as you are
Do we
heading
see
down
light?
this long corridor. There is no light that you can see currently. Yeah, the only light is the continual flames from the torches inside the sewer. They only shed.
Torches seem like a really dangerous thing to have in a sewer.
Yeah, it's dim light. Well, it's magical flame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. Magic will help.
Yeah.
Like LEDs.
I feel better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
it's magical flame.
Can we perceive whether or not the water is just dropping down from where we are, or
It's
cavernous? Is it echoing, especially?
It sounds like wherever this water is going to is an open,
Big
open chamber.
convergence of.
Yeah. Well, it's just an open chamber. It sounds like.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds like we should
Nowhere to hide from bugs around here.
Oh,
Well, on this perception check, she didn't hear bugs.
no,
This
just
water.
rushing
Did
water.
an 18 hear bugs?
Well, she nat 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
shit.
I nat 20'd. I want
You
water.
Yeah.
didn't hear bugs.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so I
She-
assume there's no bugs.
Yeah. But there's no light that you can see where this sound is coming from. It's still dead ahead.
I'm gonna walk instead of running, and
Sure.
then I'm gonna take the end of my quarterstaff and use light again.
Sure, Gandalf.
I have no memory of this.
You wouldn't have memory of this place.
Never been
Uh,
You don't know how drunk I was. Never mind.
Oh.
I would like
Did not hear anything.
the
What?
three of you or the four of you to make flat intelligence, please.
Flat in.
Flat int.
That's pretty flat. That is a 10. Good charge. Pretty flat.
17.
Pretty
Okay.
bad.
No
5.
modifier, just straight 10.
Fuck. 4.
All right. Well, I
We're
guess
not very intelligent right now.
since
We've been in the methane for quite a while.
surprisingly, Arcadia, your urban expertise actually helps you out a little bit here. As you get to the edge of this pipe, essentially, I mean, even though it's like flat and then arched on top, you reach the end of where this rushing water is, and it's emptying into this large cavernous opening that is very dimly lit by bioluminescent mushrooms.
So my 20-foot plus 20.
Yeah, so beyond your light,
Oh,
there's you can see it's almost like stars up against like the walls. You see these like these bioluminescent bluish green mushrooms hanging from the walls. Think of like the glow caps from Skyrim,
okay.
where they have like the tendrils hanging down from the caps, but they're that glow in the dark blue green. But as you enter this area, there's it widens out, and it's mainly carved out, but you can see old streets, old buildings that were built on top of as you exit this.
We're in the
Tunnel.
Undercity.
Ooh.
And
I should not be here.
you have found, at least you know, that this is because of the nature of Ravnica. You are on one of the lower strata of the city, in what would be considered the Undercity, the Golgari domain.
We gotta get out now.
Yeah.
We're in Golgari territory.
I agree.
I'd say let's run the other direction and just go straight through the next intersection.
So turn around and go back?
Turn around. Remember how we turned right? Just
Go straight.
go straight.
We didn't find any sewer drain ups.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Do we want to
No-
search
no
in this
upwards
area,
yet.
or do we want to turn back around?
Well, I didn't hear any bugs.
Is this where the bugs might like generally hang out?
Can I roll an investigation check on the area?
Absolutely.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna take the one salve I made earlier in the campaign, the one healing.
Oh yeah,
that
that nasty
that
healing
paste,
paste.
and
Yeah.
he's gonna rub it on the wound.
13 is my check.
13 for check. From what you noticed of the thing that you fought earlier, it doesn't look like they came from this way. In your haste to get away from the skittering, you didn't follow the tracks that you were following previously. So the tracks are nowhere to be found that you were following earlier. So this just kind of where you are is kind of this precipice into a portion of the Undercity, but you don't see any life nearby.
I agree with Dobrin. Let's turn around and go back the other way.
I want to do an investigation as well.
Sure.
How long are we spending here?
19.
19. There is. I mean, what are you trying to
I'm looking
find?
for anything up, out.
Knowing infrastructure and how the Undercity is built, there would be a way up through the Undercity. But in the sewers, it's kind of a maze. So you know that going back through the sewers would probably take longer than you would like. You might run into more trouble than it's worth in either direction, but it would be possibly shorter
To go through.
to go through the city.
because I know the.
Yeah.
Oh, just a second, old blueprint.
So what are we thinking?
That way we know it's trouble. This way might be shorter, because if I remember my layouts right, at least through the city, we can find an exit up.
Did we still wanna follow those tracks?
Those
We
tracks.
missed them.
Yeah, those tracks are long
We
gone.
ran away from
But we can still take 2 lefts and be right back where they are.
them after
We know where we're going
30, 40 minutes of running, right? I'm assuming. How long did we run?
well,
We
long
booked
enough to wear off his, which would be an hour, won't it?
Where on what?
Not quite an hour, but from where you guys were walking and had the fight, it would have worn off in the time that.
We got to the city, that's why.
Well,
like,
the fight would have been just at the very end of that light.
yeah,
So,
that way. So we ran
Yeah.
without, and then
Yeah.
just the damn.
I'm fine with us abandoning it, I just,
Yeah, no. So let's go through the city because he didn't sense anything, and I know it's gonna be easier to go through that than back that way. Because
Okay.
we just ran for all that way and not a single exit.
yeah.
Could Guntar potentially take a guesstimation roll, see what time it approximately would be?
What is the time?
What's the time?
So when you guys woke up, it would have been, because it was just getting to be
A curfew.
curfew on the first day after setting out, correct?
Because I remember talking to the cook
Yeah.
at the start of it.
So this is, I mean, yeah, if you want to take a roll to be a nature.
Okay. That would be a natural 20 plus 0, so that'll be 20.
Okay.
We'll waste them all now.
Yeah, right.
Things I don't need.
I wasted mine 2 in a row.
You killed something.
Yes.
True.
It's probably around noontime,
Noon?
or maybe
What would it be?
closer to maybe 9 in the morning, because it was close to curfew
Yeah.
when
It
you
was
all
6
got
hours of
knocked
sleep.
out.
Yeah.
So you were out.
And
You were
it
out.
starts at it starts at midnight curfew or 10.
Starts
Or we-
around midnight. So 6
And we were-
a.m. is when you
we were
guys.
around
Yeah, 6
6
a.m.
hours?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and
around
you guys
6
are
a.m.
out 6 hours.
Did we have a time in the dead drop? I forgot to write that.
There was not a time on the dead drop.
I know time is important, but I'm feeling a little breathing heavier than I think I should. If we have time, I'd like to take a little hour, rest up, heal up.
I don't know if it's safe to do that here, but
If
I don't know if
any-
there's a good place to do it.
within the city itself, we could probably shore up in one of the old rooms.
Just an hour.
Just a short rest.
Yeah, short rest, hit the ice, will. Or do you want to use one of your fancy medical training?
yeah, I can help.
I have a spell.
I'm down.
Well, whatever you decide, I suppose. It's up to you. I'd like to be more active.
Have you healed since the?
No, I put the stuff on, but I didn't know what that healed me for, so I didn't know anything. I just was role playing it.
Yeah,
I didn't think it. I think I rolled so low on it that it was like
that was really
it was a
nothing.
placebo.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Was that not? Oh.
I rolled such crappy.
Yeah,
rolls.
because you rolled a 4.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh, okay.
It was more like an Epsom salt, like.
Yeah. It was more just like a paste. I had like
Bath
a
salt.
paste thing on my wound.
Is this like a lay hands thing?
Yeah, you can lay
I
on
also
it.
have a healer's kit. Can I just use the healer's kit?
I don't know.
I don't really know what the healer's. It just helps me heal.
Yeah, give me a moment. I can double check on what is all inside of your healer's kit. I believe the healer's kit would work like a simple once per day basic health potion.
That sounds right. I mean,
That sounds good.
So that's going to be 1d6 or d4 plus con.
I roll or do you roll?
since if you are using your healer's kit, it would be your roll plus his con.
Okay.
+3. Is 7.
Oh.
Could be 7.
Sweet. There you go.
Feels good. You're good. Thank you.
Anytime, friend.
I'm using it back. I'm just kidding. See, I make jokes too, guys. All right, I feel much better. Let's get out of here. Still got a little bit of a wound, but hey, scar look good.
It looks fine. It suits you.
Just another one of the belt.
So, do we notice anything down here about who might be down here, if not those bugs?
So from
Bulgari, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Gari.
it's
Is it-
Golgari
Are
territory.
they actively using it?
They're the primaries, the primary guild that operates in the Undercity. There are 2 other guilds that occasionally operate in the Undercity, House Demir and the Rakdos are the other two. But from from your knowledge of all of your combined general knowledge of the other guilds, this is very much Golgari territory. Much like you would obviously know where Groll territory is, you would know
Yeah.
where the Golgari territory ends or is.
All right.
So there's nothing we can gain while we're down here before we leave.
There might be, if you explore, there wouldn't be probably anything pertinent to
okay.
your investigation, but you never know.
Let's take it easy and slow. Try not to draw attention to ourselves and.
I agree.
Tiptoe through the city to leave.
Sure. That is going to be a. Let me just a second here.
And I do snuff up a.
Sure. And I'm going to use the same table I used before. Give me a roll just for at disadvantage to figure out a way out of here.
Which would.
It would be intelligence, just because it would be a history roll at disadvantage, because this is a very historical area.
16.
16. All right.
So much history.
The first roll was a 19.
All right. So, luckily, this is you're not going to take too long on this, but let's see. You do hear some shuffling as you are traversing through. So you kind of come through this kind of carved out section of what might have been a warehouse of some sort. As you come out into kind of a main streetway, you hear this shuffling coming up the street.
Towards. Or.
Yeah, it's coming towards you. And these guys are going to be, let's see, these guys are going to insert themselves right back in here as 2 giant ass rats come up the street towards you guys. Ruse.
Rodents of unusual size. I don't believe they exist.
These are giant rats, and I immediately thought of the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I was thinking.
How far away
Blake?
is they?
What is it?
Cranium rat?
The 2-drop from the Tarkir block that had death.
Oh, yeah.
No,
No,
Death Touch Rat.
Yeah, these guys are just giant rats.
I'm trying to think of that name.
I think it is just giant rat.
Can I roll to
that
persuade
was a
them that
giant
we are
rat
not
card.
the droids they're looking for?
You may try. Or do you have a way to communicate with them?
Fuck!
I mean, no.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Fuck!
maybe I have some like cheese or
Can I
something that I
change my
could just like toss in
Just
a
that
corner?
pouch of succulents out of nowhere.
Alright, there's no more stuff.
Gunter ate them all.
I've tried all of them.
Yeah, Gunter ate all of these.
All of the succulents.
Don't blame me.
Can I take this?
Guitar keeps himself occupied.
All right, I'm gonna roll to throw some cheese into a corner. That
Do you have cheese on you?
Is he healer's kit?
Healer's kit does not
Yeah,
have
cheese in it.
No, that doesn't heal you.
This isn't Skyrim. Cheese doesn't give you
Cheese
HP.
wheel.
This is D&D, not Skyrim.
Oh, fighting or what?
Does anyone have any cheese? Or like, anyone have like? Can anyone conjure some cheese? Fake
Just
cheese?
give cheese.
Fake cheese.
Summon cheese.
Conjure cheese.
All right, never mind.
It ain't easy.
I ain't got
cheese.
no cheese.
Conjure cheese, the state of Wisconsin
I'm
shows
an
up.
honest elephant. Got no cheese.
How far away are they?
Yeah, have they seen us?
They probably haven't seen you yet.
Have they smelled us yet?
Are we fighting or are we hiding? That's a question we need to figure out.
Hide.
The more we in here, I don't want to be in somebody's home territory and they swarm.
Oh, there's no hide
Look,
skill.
it'd be a
What would
Stealth.
that be?
stuff.
Stealth?
Hide is a full action,
So
and you would have to hide behind something larger than you.
Is there anything?
as I say this, I'm going into a house.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get off the road.
duck into a zone.
Duck
Stealthily,
Yeah,
stealthily try to get into a house.
I agree with that.
I make the
Very.
All of a sudden, like, we hide in their house. And they're coming home with some cheese from the Golgari store.
I say, Reginald. Cheese, Gromit! Cheese!
Oh God.
The moon's made of cheese, Gromit!
Wensleydale.
So we don't have to roll to stay hidden?
No, it's gonna be a stealth to duck out of the street
Group check.
into another building. Yeah, group check, please.
Oh, it's not a one. It's
It
not
is.
a one.
It's a one.
No, it's a two.
It's a 1.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
Half negative.
Oh, no.
Don't you have disadvantage too?
I don't think I have disadvantage.
No,
Wait,
I
no.
know who has disadvantage on stealth.
It's people with plate
Me?
armor.
It's people with chain armor.
Oh, shit.
So the elephants are.
Oh,
the
I
elephants.
won. I
What's
fell
my-
through the
so
door.
I have disadvantage,
Probably.
so I
I'm
roll.
You
assuming.
roll a second one and take the lowest, yes.
Oh, shit.
We're hiding behind the elephants.
Alright, I guess we're fighting.
I rolled for a total of
Hey,
20.
I'm still gonna sweet talk them in a language they don't understand.
Well, they don't understand.
I
any
rolled a
language.
1.
You rolled a 1, you rolled a 2.
I rolled the.
I rolled a 13.
I rolled for a total of 20.
Okay. You're lucky the cop was able to, like.
Because my stealth is wait, no, hand.
The
Did I fuck it
ranger.
up? Oh no, wait, hand. No. Actually,
I had a
correction, it's
good
18.
roll
I fucked up.
until I.
Well,
got
still.
this.
That's
I hide behind my shield.
that's still gonna be the best as you guys like get yourself
I
into
just
this.
vanish out of the area.
As
Like
you
a
guys,
13 for a centaur is not bad.
No, it's not.
especially with 4 legs that go.
I just look really busy as the rats pass me and like kind of greet them in passing, like, "Hello, friend. Goodbye.
Yes.
Have a nice day."
I'm pulling on a full draft.
Excellent.
I don't move. I'm invisible.
Quite an excellent.
You move so incredibly slow that you can't be seen.
I'm invisible to the eye.
I'm actually like hiding. You're like shoving my butt behind the.
Like, come on.
Another
No, I'm already
excellent
hidden. I'm trying to
afternoon
pull
in
you
the
in.
Undercity.
It's like it's
Yes.
early noon.
So yeah, you guys are able to pull yourselves into this. What would have been a shop at one point. There's obviously the tables, chairs, any cabinetry has been essentially rotted through. There's still like chunks of stuff, but it's pretty much wet rot.
I out trying to see if they pass us.
Sure, and
Not like out, but like you had one stealth check. You
Yeah.
figured it out.
I mean they're rats.
They squeak on by.
Yeah, they're rats. They just kind of die.
Cool.
All right. I have never seen such fearful elephants and rats.
I'm not afraid of the the rats. I'm
Huh.
afraid of the 400
Everything
other
makes sense
swarm
now.
that's gonna come down on us.
Those urban legends I heard are true.
They are scared of rats.
Mm-hmm.
I
Varys,
created
I will
them.
put you to
Like-
the
Shots goddamn fired.
I'm trying to be intelligent. We do not need to fight the Golgari
In any
on
case,
Golgari turf.
Let's all carry on. Everyone carry on. Let's go.
Link back out on the road and go. Back to going through, leading.
Moontar's still pissed. Doesn't think.
Also, team passive pissed, trying to avoid all fighting.
No.
After we
team-
just fought.
Team try to not get us killed.
Do I sense any celestial fiend, undead, consecrated, or desecrated things?
All around.
Yeah.
The whole place is on neon
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah.
You go into a trance, everything is just rainbows.
You don't get a consecrated, desecrated,
Right. Okay.
or feed fey, or celestial. You're getting the fey off of that.
Standard Fey.
Um,
I'm already used to the Fey levels. I just kind of like zero those out before I.
They are now
you are getting a weird blip though. That it says undead, but it's not quite right.
Is it a redead?
No.
Weeb. That's not even. That's from Zelda. How is that being a weeb?
That was pretty
Zelda's
much
kind of a weird thing.
It is not.
He wears
it
it on
not.
What is?
Hashtag only weeb things.
We're
It is
Tyson
not a weeb thing.
But yeah,
I will fight you.
what you're getting is like
You may
it's
try.
still
I will fight
alive, but it's pinging as undead.
Ooh.
Somebody that plays with.
Ooh. Ooh.
But that is what you're getting, and it's coming kind of up from another. There's another section of like what used to be maybe a Selesnian parkway, where you can see kind of more of those blue glowing mushrooms that you saw before.
And I don't sense a Celestia enclave.
No.
And that's from above?
It's from further down the street. Because you have, what, 60 feet of this sense? Or 1,000 feet of this sense?
60.
60 feet of this sense? So yeah, it's about
Perfect.
60 feet down the street.
Right at the edge.
Kind of right at the edge. Maybe even where there might have been like a beer garden. Not so much a Celestia.
Formerly drunk zombies. What? Interesting. I under my breath voice my concern, but also my confusion.
So avoid that area?
Yeah, should we go where I don't sense that stuff?
Yeah, so I recheck for another path around that, trying to see if I can find a shorter path, maybe if I can dodge that.
Yeah. Roll me a knowledge. This is going to be a knowledge advantage on your with your
Oh.
your urban expertise.
So that would be wisdom or?
Does it?
I don't-
Does your does it affect? I suppose when you use your knowledge of the city, your urban infrastructure, what skill does that go off of, or does it not go off of any particular skill?
Let me actually.
Quickly question. Would my
Good
dark
answer. Good conversation.
would my dark vision help out with anything, or is it like investigation
It
checks?
is fairly dark down here, so yeah, you are going to be able to see a little bit better than everybody else who can't see in the dark.
And that would that help out with like investigation rolls or
It's
anything?
just known.
Yeah. So if you're going to use that knowledge to try and find your way out, advantage. Just to kind of remember,
I just want to know which one to base off wisdom or in.
it would be intelligence on this one.
Religion, nature, investigation, history, arcana.
Just straight in.
Straight in. 18.
18. So knowing the infrastructure of things, you can kind of remember, the tallest buildings, at least on the upper city, are generally Orzhov or Azorius. And that will probably lead to the best way out.
Not what we want, but it's better than where we're at.
Yeah.
And-
Is it could as well, but it's a little bit harder to. Is it tends to keep using its buildings even when they're built on top of.
And that's just the sub basement 8.
Pretty much. But at least here, there's no signs of is it in this section of the Undercity.
So we're gonna want to look for a building that used it.
Might have been Azorius or might have been Orzhov.
That way, sub basement lock up into.
Well, so these would have been fully formed buildings.
No, I meant like the buildings on top of it, basically to support the buildings sub.
Well, see how things are stacked aren't 1-to-1. So
No, I meant there would be buildings on top of it with inserts to support them.
possibly, yeah. Yeah, those taller buildings would reach up to the ceiling of the Undercity to get up, which is why you would be looking for Orzhov or Azorius.
So should we do a perception to see if we can find, or we're looking for tall Orzhov Azorius buildings to get out.
Let's do it. Do you two want to do it? Do we all want to do it? How do we want to do this?
No. I'm still stuck on the Selesnyan undead thing, so.
No, you're not getting Selesnian.
No, you're
You said Selesnyan.
no,
earlier.
no, is what he said.
Nothing Selesnyan?
Nothing Selesnian, no. You're getting alive and dead.
Yeah.
So it's
You said it used to be like a Selesnyan, like,
yeah, but then
road or something?
it might have been like a Selesnian park area that you were getting this feeling from, but not that it was Selesnian. Just the general direction of this thing.
Good times looking.
You
got 14.
We're doing perception.
Yes, perception, because you don't know where if you're looking for something, or what you're looking for. Are you trying to sniff out a building? Buildings have no scent. Nice try, Pat Rothfuss.
So you got.
I rolled a 19.
I really like Name of the
I
Wind.
rolled a 9.
I also rolled a 9.
13.
Okay. It's gonna take some time to find one of these buildings. It might take a couple hours, maybe, to just kind of search this precinct to find a building, because it's dark enough down here that really the only benefit you're gonna get, like, it's very, very dim. So those of you that don't have dark vision are gonna be very hindered with this. And
Unless
those
you
of
have a snap or a trunk that
you
can
can't
sniff
sniff buildings. Get that Pat Rothfuss bullshit out of here.
There's mushrooms on the buildings that I can sniff.
That's all the buildings.
Well, let's calm down there.
Each building has its own scent.
I think the DM has.
As good as Dobro is
I'm gonna
explaining
tweet
this,
Pat
this
Rothfuss and I'm gonna be like,
sniffing
hey,
thing
yes or no,
to
Pat, can you
to
sniff
a-
a building if you're an elf?
astral being above.
I invite you to tweet at your winter boyfriend, Pat Rothfuss.
Time plug that.
That Pat Rothfuss bullshit. I know you're across the St. Croix, Rothfuss. We're gonna come across that river. We're gonna find you, Rothfuss.
Oh God.
We know where you live.
Kind of general area.
Okay, let's get less creepy with that.
It's not like he makes himself hard to find.
True that. Well, shit, guys, we're losing our objective. I suppose we should just keep plugging though. We sit here, we're probably gonna get overran.
Okay,
Move one way or the other.
instead of light, which has 20 feet of bright light and then another 20 of dim, I actually want to produce flame, which sheds bright light for only 10 feet and dim light for additional 10 feet.
Okay.
They're gonna make all these mushrooms angry.
Oh my god.
Just to help look,
Okay.
gives an extra 20 feet of identification.
Wait. Produce flame gives you 10 and 10.
Yes.
Okay.
10-foot radius of bright light and 10 foot of
Yep, the flame shed
And then
bright
at
light
some
and
point you
temple
can
radius
Okay.
decide to
But
throw that.
light gives you
20.
20 and 20.
I can also use the flame to attack.
So you're shortening your visible distance.
I had turned off my light.
Well, yeah. No, I'm just trying to understand. You.
I don't want to.
Will the flame follow us like the light will?
It's in her hand.
It's in her hand. It's a
I'm also.
magical flame.
I'm also having a ready
Speaking of
weapon.
cat
Yep.
things.
And I can also just see.
Well, she's not swinging from chandeliers yet.
From the Alright.
All right, so we have another Arcadia song.
Good.
Just
Chris Perkins, I blame
centaur.
you for enabling this kind of behavior. And I blame you,
Oh.
Pat Rothfuss, for
Doing
reporting it in the first place. Oy.
I think with my dark vision, I can see up to 60 feet. As it was-
Okay.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
it was bright, as if it was bright light.
Oh.
Yeah,
and
so
what-
he
and
can
it's like
see
an
60,
additional-
and then he sees, but it's all in grayscale.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. So I was just trying
Your
to.
entire walking. Still.
I was just trying to think of things to
No,
help.
that's part of the game. No, go.
You were.
He said we gotta be searching for several hours. I'm assuming conversations are happening as we're walking.
As we're walking.
as you're walking, yes.
It doesn't say specifically how. So dim light is as if it is out in the 60 feet as if it were bright light. Oh, yeah, but it doesn't say.
But everything is in grayscale.
Yeah, and then darkness as if it were dim light, but it doesn't give me a distance.
But it doesn't give you a distance?
No, for darkness as dim light does not give me a distance.
Okay, so yeah, you see like you would like in bright light, but you see less detail.
Yeah, because it does say here you can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and it says in darkness as if it were dim light.
So it doesn't give me a distance for dim light.
Yeah.
Or darkness, dim light.
So it's just as far as you can see, but with less.
With less visibility.
Yeah.
Well, less clarity.
And the flame will be because you guys don't have dark vision at all.
No.
And neither do I.
Nope, I'm the only one with dark vision.
So for me,
Yay for being an elf.
the flame is for the three of us.
Yeah. So I take it you're leading everybody then bears.
Sure.
Use this number.
Because you can see where you're going.
Yeah, true.
Where we're stuck in the.
Yeah.
But how long does it last?
Oh, good question. I think it's like a one-off.
Just an instant thing.
Yeah. I think
Can
it's like a cantrip
I-
almost.
Since I'm
Not
able
a
to see
cantrip,
out and
no,
everything,
it's
can
like
I
a
roll
cantrip.
investigation to try and locate a way outside of the area?
Yes. You may.
15.
15 on perception?
No, investigation.
Investigation. Investigation.
Yes, investigation.
Yeah. So you do as you're walking, you do see kind of a spire, kind of reaching up from what seems like all the buildings are kind of converging towards,
So like a town square.
like a town square area. But there is a building in that square that is you think might reach the ceiling.
Okay.
You're not sure what kind of building from this distance, because it is pretty far out in your dim light zone.
Okay.
But you can tell that there seems to be a building that might be tall enough for purposes.
I say we check out that building.
And then I will need a perception from the rest of you.
Will you need
It's a hot 10.
Will you need an additional perception from me as well?
Yes. Yes, because you rolled investigation.
There's a building.
What fine yet
Rustic.
rusted architecture.
I rolled a 19.
You rolled a 19?
Fuck!
Huh?
Seven.
Hot 10.
Hot 10?
Straight
7?
up 7.
So apparently Arcadia is the only one that can hear things underground.
My, that echo.
It's weird because the two things.
I'm too focused on the goddamn building.
The two things with the giant ears go, nope, nope, nothing. And then there's the little horse lady with her.
And the one with the pointy
Well,
ear.
we
She's
make
just got her
louder
regular
noises when we're walking.
See, because she can just
We're
go like.
hearing-
Well, no, she's got regular
I'm,
ears.
I'm not regular.
She has regular ears. She just goes, what was that?
Yeah. You two, giant ears. Me, elf ears. Her, human ears.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, and your elf ears aren't like straight,
Well,
like straight up
I
like
mean,
loud
elephant
ears.
ears are
They're
huge.
pretty.
Why are you making fun of my ear scarves? Okay.
I said nothing
Varys,
about
that's
your
very-
ear
that's
scarf.
very-
it's like, hey guys, shh.
Ow! I just thought my ear scarf.
Wow.
See, if you invested a bit, you go 100%.
Welcome to Tuesday nights, guys.
I take my hat off. Tuck it in so I can hear better.
Yeah.
Take off your earmuffs.
Take
hear
off my
anything.
earmuffs. I was also
So
wearing.
Arcadia, you, as you're walking, you hear shuffling, but not like before.
Not rat shuffles.
Not rat shuffles, and it's not.
So it's outside of my
Yeah, it's outside of your
20 feet.
20 feet. You hear shuffling. It's not rat shuffles, and it's not the
Bug skitters.
It's not the bug skitters, but it's definitely foot shuffles, but
Can I
it's
tell-
one set of feet.
Can I tell which way they're coming from?
They're kind of parallel to you, kind of maybe moving between buildings as you guys move.
Do we all
Yes.
have to hide again?
I hear feet shuffling from over there.
We should hide.
Like, cause he can see.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, we should hide.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's see some more stealth rolls. Yes.
You said what?
No.
Guitar hasn't really been paying attention for the past 30
Clearly.
seconds. And instead of, so we're not all gonna be hiding because I failed my last with a natural one. I'm assuming with this.
Well, and she's only alerted Varys, and Varys is like,
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to that. What am
Like-
I doing? I'm not
Yeah, guys, we need to hide.
No, he says that out loud.
Yeah.
Now I have.
Why do you know I have disadvantage with stealth? Oh, because I have chainmail.
because you have
Yeah.
chainmail. And
Alright,
chainmail
well,
is clinky.
I
Clink, clink,
pull
clink.
my shield out and firmly put it in the ground.
12 was
and
my
try
stealth
to
roll.
hide behind it again.
12 was also my stealth roll.
I have
12.
mine's a 3.
We are not hiding very well.
At least we're consistent.
Yeah, well, thankfully this guy isn't very perceptive either. Whoever this guy is. Where are you guys hiding? Just in the middle of the street, just like,
Behind my shield.
stop, hide
Straight
behind
up.
the shield.
I just look like
I'm
a
hiding
man.
behind
He said he was
Arcadia.
shuffling behind buildings.
Yeah,
I was-
it's yeah, between buildings. yeah.
I slid up to a building, like, window, like, body, window, rest of body under the
I
window.
think Scott Pilgrim just dived through a window.
Through the window, I'm hiding, like, around.
Guitar becomes an elephant gargoyle in the middle of the, like, not in an archway, but kind of in an archway.
Give me a high or low.
Low.
Okay, so
I feel like I
I'm
just
scared
get,
of
I
that.
feel like I bust my ass doing
How
that.
did this-
yeah, because the window was boarded up.
Oh.
You make it through. You make it through. Give me an acrobatics.
Oh no.
Like, that's what I'm just standing around the window.
Just give me an acrobatics, please.
15.
15. Okay, so you do make it through this window.
Oh,
As
yeah.
you're boarded up, it's very splintery. You take 6 damage.
Did it make a loud sound?
It made a pretty good crack.
Guitar.
Because it, well, I mean, like as
So-
as crack as you can get from like a wet, moldy board.
Ew.
So it's that
Yeah,
Okay.
6.
So Guitar, like
I'm
a
at
good
8.
statue robot.
Yeah.
man.
So you because you kind of head on like
Straight
you
ahead.
like jam yourself into it and like so like your hands like you go like that. You know like when you run into something too hard, you kind of like your shoulder blades hit each other. You smack your head, and then you go through this thing and you land on the ground.
Arcadia is literally like,
The fucking visual of an
elfin paladin hiding behind his shield, the centaur like trying to like shuffle up against a window on a building, and just me fucking diving in and burst into a portal.
I'm still statue. It's pretty much in a row. Statue.
And then
Hiding.
camera pans,
While
the
I'm
Gujar just
hiding, do I see any mushrooms next to me I can observe and kind of investigate?
There are no mushrooms, like,
Okay.
because you're in the middle of the street.
Like, I feel like I'm the only one that's sort of reasonable about my hiding.
Um,
I was late to the hiding.
I rolled 12. I mean, I probably could have done something smarter. But.
Do you see any mushrooms over there?
Yeah. It said skittering change.
No!
oh,
It
boy.
said skittering change when he hears split.
Well, it wasn't skittering.
No,
Oh no, did the noises, did anything change when he heard broken wood? As a person, being.
I would need another perception check.
Well, considering
as the only person that really knew it.
Yeah, because you don't know why you're hiding. He
No,
just
I'm
said
just in the
hi.
middle.
21.
Okay.
Oh, well then, could be.
You just knew to hide, so now you're listening for
yeah.
why.
I'm
8,
trying to
so
figure
no.
out. Alright, 19. What the fuck is going on?
So as you're just sitting there, like nursing your shoulder from like blasting through this boarded up window, thankfully that the glass.
And this is what they trained me to do in the academy.
I don't like
This is
being
what I
called
was
the
trained to
academy.
do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lawful Stupid is now a class.
Hardcore locked in.
Coming to a D&D 6e near you.
It's not a break and enter if it's like a flop and enter.
Right? Yeah.
I'm the police. I can
Tag, not a guy.
Hashtag not a cop. So, Arcadian the Dead Man.
I'm surprised I'm not dead.
I
got super lucky on
honestly,
that
I'm
roll.
surprised you're not dead.
I got super lucky on that acrobatics roll.
You guys do hear the shuffling stops for a minute, like not like a full minute, but it stops for a moment, and then it starts coming towards the street.
Towards us.
You're a little jumpy. You're a little jumpy, aren't we?
No, I'm the one that's jumping.
Can I roll to hide again?
Can I roll to hide better?
At this point, Guntar is confused as shit
I-
and is no longer hiding. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
There's like,
He's still like, explain. I don't do sign language. Doing this.
Gujar, my friend. We hear some footsteps coming this way.
Footsteps. That's all it takes. That's it. You say the word. One word. Okay, thanks. Now I know.
I'm asking
Holy
because you
shit.
said towards the street, so I was wondering if you meant our street.
I'm being pretty loud.
I'm trying to get a directional.
I'm trying to get
Oh.
I'm gonna drop into a Dane Cook here. Lord help me. Follow the one road you're on to me. No, you're gonna drive down the road 30 minutes. You're gonna meet the Burgermeister. His name's Hank. He's gonna take you to a burger lair.
Dude, it sounds good.
Burger lair? I haven't eaten this
He's gonna
yet.
take you where the Whoppers are. Over to the BK Lounge.
Dead man's
I
up.
think Boris is actually dying.
Yeah, he might actually be
He's
dead.
frozen. He's just the spinning wheel. That's his brain right now.
Yeah, right. It's the spinning beach ball of doom.
Yeah.
But as you hear this shuffling come out from between the buildings into the street. Yes, your street.
You said it was passing along on the other side. So
No,
I didn't
He said coming down the street.
It was moving
No,
at the
I
same
was
pace
saying-
as you guys.
I got 14 on my hide.
Still in the middle of the street. Nothing's changed.
Still in the middle of the street, nothing's changed.
Nothing. I'm just letting it happen. Let's progress. Let's get there.
Both of you still in the middle of the street, nothing's changed.
Rough.
I'm just in a building.
Ow!
Guys, help!
And so, there is a figure that comes out from between a couple of buildings, kind of parallel to where you are. Parallel to where you are. Do you have any questions on where this person is coming from now?
Is it the opposite side of the street that I'm on? Parallel to me? Or is it on the same side of the street that I'm on?
Yeah, he's coming up the alley next to you.
Yeah,
Oh
hello,
my
friend.
God.
We didn't lunch yet today.
It's not really important.
We didn't breakfast yet today.
Wow.
Sorry, like you said parallel on the other side of the building, so I assumed it was another road over there and then came up an alley in between the buildings.
Put your hand down.
I was just gonna make a suggestion.
Nope, no.
No.
Not an in-game suggestion, an out-of-game suggestion.
What? So soon.
He's gonna run out of oxygen
She is.
momentarily.
Good. As long as we can asphyxiate him, we don't have to play his character anymore.
Too bad he's staying.
So, as this figure comes out, he's a bit hunched, has a staff that he's kind of leaning on, and just kind of dark green or like green and dark brown robings. He's just. What are you doing down here, man?
Like, I still have my flame up, so. Is he within the 20?
Well, he's across the street, so that would be, at the edge of the 20. Like,
So was he
Can I
actually
see?
Does
talking-
he just have a staff? No, nothing, no
yeah,
weapons.
that not that you can
Is he
tell.
actually
no.
talking to us?
He said, "What were you doing down here?"
I told him we're
Because you two
mushroom
are still in the
Man.
street.
I tell him we're mushroom enthusiasts. I heard the
I'm
greatest
pretty sure
mushroom
he's a
festival.
mushroom enthusiast.
He can get tell us where the good shrooms are.
Mushrooms, man, that sounds awesome. And that's where we're going to go to our break. We will be right back. Make sure that you put your questions into the Twitch chat during.
Yeah.
You shut up while I'm doing my thing.
Repeating. Echoing.
Yeah, God, it feels like an echo chamber. Make sure you get your questions into Twitch chat as the stream goes on. We'll answer them at the end of the show during Table Talk.
That's what we do.
But yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to grab some refreshment, grab some drinks, grab some snacks.
Blow my nose.
Yeah, use the facilities, but we will be back.
I'm
in a little bit.
I can't breathe.
You're the one who needs to breathe now.
Oh, I just need breath in my lungs.
Hi.
I'm not
Welcome back.
dead.
This is the ghost. Experience.
Yeah.
This is the
I
ghost
am-
of
I am
May.
Barton of Rivet City Limited and Didac Gaming. These are all the people who were here before.
You think.
Thankfully not dead.
No doppelgangers here.
No doppelgangers here.
You caught me, you see?
No doppelgangers here.
That just reminded me, I watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse this week again, and I loved it.
Yeah.
This was 19.
Oh, it's so good.
So, when last we left our merry band of misfits, I hesitate to call them heroes because they haven't saved anything yet.
That is not
Hey.
true.
Hey.
I
We
saved my
rescued-
2 gold that I gave that poor waitress I yelled at. I
We
saved
rescued my
myself.
little stuffed
I-
visit.
I rescued that gold.
No, you didn't. That's not a rescue.
I stole my gold back. I'm a bad person. Okay, we can move on.
Yep. So when last we left our heroes, they were in the sewers, underneath the hideout of the arms dealer that Helica had directed them towards. They had followed that, gotten attacked by a Kroll warrior, which was easily and quickly dispatched by our team.
By like 2 people.
Yeah, by like 2
Three.
people.
Three people did it.
Three of you hit it.
Hey, we hit it.
But two of us did the most.
It was a
Yeah.
team effort.
It's a team
It's a
effort.
team effort. It's a team game, sir.
Team.
Oh my god,
The
take
Boros,
this damage
the
away,
Boros
please.
bull, right? The Boros hands.
Yeah. They continue down the sewers, seemingly running from another group of patrolling crawl. When they happened upon a opening into the Undercity, run by this portion at least, run by the Golgari swarm. Thankfully, it has mostly been abandoned, as to their knowledge. There has not been any contact aside from a couple of large rats and a
The old man from Aladdin.
maybe, possibly the old man from Aladdin, and that's where we will pick up with.
Before we pick up, Varus, I will remember what you just discounted the next time. Your life depends on 6 HP, my friend.
I mean,
Oh.
Dobrin will remember that.
I also know cure wounds,
Dobrin will
so
remember that.
Elton's got long memories.
Carry on.
There's a saying: Loxodons never forget.
Hey, fire.
Yeah. So, as you all are trying to hide from every little sound that happens near you, because
Undercity's scary, man.
Undercity is scary.
considering that both Gutor and myself has said that we shouldn't be here, we're not trying to like go into any kind of combat. So
Well, you're just, yeah. I mean,
Arcadius is like,
skittish as all fuck, but okay.
because we don't want to die.
Yeah. So there is this
old guy.
older gentleman, not super ancient old, but old.
Not as old as the city.
Not as old as the Undercity, but he looks pretty. He looks pretty old. He's kind of hunched against his staff. Dark greens and brown leathers, like very very like chocolate brown leathers that you would be able to get some, at least some color out of.
Selesnya colors?
Not Selesnya colors. Selesnya is more of the green white.
Green
Palette.
silver?
Yeah. But it's not necessarily Golgari palette, but close. Golgari adjacent.
Go very friendly.
Yeah.
Well, hot damn, you might be the first thing that ain't try to poke us down here.
Somebody's who's trying to poke who?
I show up the scar.
Hello, friend.
The
What's
bloody
your
area.
name?
He kind of like comes closer to where Dobrin. No, it's more like that.
I
Like,
think it looks more like this.
you have to do the Yoda. Because like he has like the middle finger and the
Yeah.
class. But no, he has all 5 appendages. Yeah.
I figured it'd be rude to extend
Old
my
Peter.
trunk.
Old Duder has all 5 appendages on his on both hands.
Arcadia sort of slides up behind a little closer,
I
thus
look,
bringing the light closer to him.
I look throughout the window I just jumped through.
You still ain't trying to stab
How
us.
are you, man? It's like
Me clutching my shoulder.
There's
There's only the 4 of us.
twins. You guys look the same. But then there's
That was a
how'd you get a horse down here? Man, you guys are far out.
You're far lost.
You've met a
Yeah.
scepter.
Oh, that's fine. We're-
How long have you been down here, friend?
He just kind of starts trying to count on his fingers. I don't know, man. I came down here and what day is it?
You would know.
I think I wrote it down.
Sir, I have a question for you.
Through the window.
Yeah, arm clutch. Sir, I have a question for you.
And he just kind of like looks past the horse lady. He's like,
being as I am not a cop, but I still have a question for you. What?
That painting's talking, man. Who got the wanted poster to talk? That's far out.
Sir, I have questions for you. How many illicit drugs have you taken? Just wanting to know, not to.
Ferris, he could help us. Get off with the cop.
He's not attacking us.
Where can we find what you got?
I mean, what?
Don't want to get high.
I'm all about nature.
What do you mean, man?
You know, some of the natural
Natural shit. Oh, you mean like the mushrooms?
I am so upset. I am so upset right now.
Over. Are these mushrooms anything familiar like the succulents?
I don't know.
They taste like
They
us?
hit a little harder.
Knowledge succulents, knowledge nature.
I'm so
I have no
upset.
idea.
Oh. I don't know. Seems a little overrated.
Can I roll an
I've not seen
investigation
this-
on the man?
This variety.
What was that?
Can I roll an investigation on the man?
You're just gonna walk up to him and just give him a frisk? Like,
Hello, I am
that would be an investigation. Or are you trying to incite him?
Sure.
If you investigate him with your hands, you need to give him full consent and ask him if he'd like to
Or
be
ask
investigated
for
in
consent.
another room, away from other people, and warn him what you're touching.
Yeah, right. What's this? That's my penis. Oh.
That's
Oh.
not a mushroom.
Well, it's a type of mushroom.
Well, man, I guess if you won't.
Okay, how about this? I'll roll perception on the man. How about that?
Perception? Okay, where are you trying to proceed?
Is he, other than just being, for the fact that he is high,
Mm-hmm.
You assume.
You assume.
You assume he's high.
I mean, he's been down here for
If
a
you
while.
could take an insight check, you could see if he was high. Right? Is that-
Yeah, I mean, insight is to like tell if somebody's being truthful or lying or trying to get their like state, their state of mind.
I like it.
because I was also going to roll to see like how dirty are his clothes, perceiving on how long he's been here.
Okay, yeah, that would be a perception.
8.
8. Just at a glance, pretty dirty,
I want to ask.
dirty hobo.
I want to ask him if he remembers how to get back up to the top city.
To the top seat.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
What?
I knew that's what the answer was going to be.
He hasn't even given an answer yet.
Yeah, you're not a cop.
Yeah. What, is he like a cop or something?
No.
Not a cop.
No.
He's a ninja.
I am not a cop. I am a ninja.
A ninja?
Yes.
Far out,
Yes, I am a
man.
ninja.
That's awesome. I used to be a ninja.
What kind of ninja were you?
I mean,
That's it.
I used to jump from building to building, and I don't know, it was a short time.
Did
I'm
you
not a
used to
ninja.
run like this?
How old are you?
Mm. Mm.
On the outside.
On the outside. Oh man, am I old now? Oh, that's a bummer, dude. Like what? Oh, that bums
Utah
me
takes
out.
the biggest face palm.
Trunk hole.
Chunk palm, yeah. He's like,
I'm just gonna scuttle back to my window.
Hey, where'd that guy from the picture go?
What you supposed to
you, my good sir, what is your name? So we have a name for a face for a name. It's good. What you do.
Chon?
Hey, Chon, anything? Just Chon?
Just, I think they used to call me Chon.
Do you have any friends or anybody you're missing?
Ah,
I hate you so much.
We had a good night, Sean. We're gonna go back into your dreams because we don't exist. We're gonna keep walking in your
Oh.
dreams.
you're not really here? That's far out.
Everyone, quick, take your leave,
Well.
quick. Don't leave our friend Sean.
What's with the horse?
Dobrin just starts walking away, like really mystically looking. Like he kind of sways like he's drunk, but he's not. He just tries to look really fancy, but he's failing.
Bye, weird identical twin elephant things.
I just stay in my window.
I owl behind the elephant.
Pat him on the back. Say, you keep safe now. There's rats out there.
Rats.
Big ones. Watch out. They probably got
Bummer,
some-
man.
Probably.
Really hope they don't eat all my mushrooms, man.
Could we, do you have any samplers of these mushrooms?
And he like kind of glosses over for a second. Yeah, man. Then he starts like patting around, trying to find a pouch that might.
I knew I should have frisked them.
Why are you so hostile to the mushroom man?
He's
But
just a
he's
mushroom
definitely
man.
not a cop.
He's just a mushroom man.
He's just a mushroom man. He's not a mushroom man. That is its own race. I want to be clear. Mushroom people are an actual race in D&D.
Fungi matter too.
They like to
Fungi
eat things.
matters.
Give them flesh.
Don't you do it! Don't you do it! I know you're gonna do it! Don't you do it! Don't you do it!
I mean, I
Don't
would
you dare!
Is he a fungi?
Don't you
No.
dare!
Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. I can be a fun guy, man. And he starts patting around. He's like, oh, you know, I think I left them back at my place, man.
Your place?
Don't.
Yeah.
You hear from the window, don't!
Too bad.
Don't!
Yeah, I think I got stuff. I got stuff back at my place.
Where's your place?
It's that way. And he points up the street in the direction you guys were
Headed
headed.
anyway.
Yeah.
Can I roll for an insight on this man?
Dobrin, that
Okay.
ping that you were getting is now behind you.
Alive but dead.
Is it like coming
Is it the man?
quickly towards?
I think it's the man.
Is it the
Because
man?
I walked past the man and now it's behind me.
This is the man.
It's the man.
Oh my god.
Alive but dead.
Yep.
Can I roll for insight on him?
Yeah. What are you trying to suss out?
Is he truly alive?
Is he truly dead?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Or that would be perception.
I suppose that would be more perception. Yes.
11.
11.
Um,
As far as you can tell, he's alive. Maybe not in the head, but he's
Brain
alive.
dead?
He's kind of brain dead.
I'm actually pretty. As I said, I'm in between Dobrin and the guy. So,
Yeah, you're yeah.
Dobrin, do you stop and turn around because you notice the ping? Do you let anyone know, or?
Yeah, because divine sense is a constant effect, correct?
I mean, no, I think it's just like a immediate 3 use. You can only use it like 3 times. I just don't know how
Okay.
long the duration is.
Okay.
We tried to look, but it didn't really say. So I feel like it's a DM discretion.
Sure.
I feel like you'd still be running.
Yeah.
Because, like, why would it be like an instant thing that you just like.
Can I cast the
Actually,
spell?
there's something I can figure out how long it is.
Alright.
I mean, it's D&D.
Effect is hallowed. So
It's
if you look at
D&D.
the-
I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Why don't you cure this guy's brain? Man, you're not selfless at all.
Yeah, you can cast Cure Wounds
Can I
on
lay
yourself.
hands on this guy?
Um,
Am I gonna attract a bunch of evil crap if I use like a divination?
you'll have to see.
Maybe that's not such a smart
Well,
idea.
Just because
This is D&D.
just because he said that he might be dead in the head, I
Dead in the Head, my new album.
I can't cast the spell on the undead or constructs, so that's why I'm a little hesitant to do that. That's why I like to do it on myself, so I can regain the health that I lost.
Sure.
But
DM for
why
it.
would you give them 3 shots?
So I have to roll,
That
like,
doesn't make sense.
D8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. How do I figure that out?
It's 8 plus your mod. Yes.
It's 8 plus, let me see what.
Ranger.
23.
Sean, man.
No.
How long have you been down here?
I don't know, man. It's been like a long time.
I think it's 183.
It's like dark down
Got
there,
it.
man.
Wisdom modifier.
Yeah. No, that's what we're trying to look to get up. Are you,
So you use your
when's the
wisdom
last
modifier.
time you've been up?
So plus 1.
Out of this place.
Yeah, so 1d8 plus 1.
That's
That's this one.
I don't know, man. What
Fuck.
day is it?
So I'm up to 10.
What
I
year?
tell them the day.
The day, month, year.
Oh.
Also, I'm back up to 10.
Okay.
It was not that good.
Attaboy.
And Sean is just for those of you watching the stream, and for those of you at the table, it's CHAUN.
Sean.
Sean.
Like fun, but
Would you like me to add a G to the end of that?
No.
Okay.
I'm writing Sean.
I do have a question.
Guy.
would the Golgari be able to like sense if there's magic being used or some kind of I don't know what lay hands would count as. Is that something you can like scry or
Lay hands is a divine ability, not a magical ability.
so would they be able to sense somehow if like divine abilities were being used?
Not necessarily. I think that would be more of a Rakdos.
Rakdos or
Rakdos would know if it's not in their school of
But we don't really think Rakdos.
chicanery.
No, this is not Rakdos area. There's not enough
No,
blood. There's definitely not enough blood.
There's not enough blood.
There's not enough blood for this to be a Rakdos.
Do I
area.
get good karma if I try to lay hands on this guy?
Maybe. Who knows?
Just count towards my paladin.
Alright, Sean.
I'm gonna lay hands on this guy.
Okay.
Sounds so bad.
In like not the TSA way that you were about to
How
do.
many are you
Whoa,
gonna put in there?
like,
Wait, how many can
You have 10 total in your pool.
I? Is this like 1 HP per or like?
You can put in as
you
or
can
leave
put in
much
as
as you
much
want.
HP as you want.
What if I put 1 in?
Yeah,
Fine,
you can put
put
one in.
Yeah, not in your pool.
Like, so here's the cool thing about lay on hands, is if somebody's like knocked out from combat, you just lay on hands for one, just like boop, and they're back up.
Nice. Okay, well, I'm just gonna lay like for 1
Okay.
on his brain. area.
Just like on his head, and you just kind of like, you like just the large elephant hand, like that 3-fingered elephant hand on his head, just.
And then I pray and to Matsulas.
You got like big hands, man.
Does he at least know math again?
I mean, I
Do
don't
you
know
know where you are?
Can I come out of my window and give him the field sobriety test?
Oh my god, you're such a cop! You're such a cop! You're such a cop!
Alright,
I mean, I didn't hear a no.
Good times.
Alright,
Sees
guys, we
this and
really
it's
gotta
just
get
like,
outta here.
He just ushers
Alright,
Guys,
we gotta go.
Let's roll.
Blessings to you, sir. Have a great day. We'll see you
If it's-
later, Chan.
His house is right by the exit, or where we're walking. We should, not let him behind us so that way he can attack us.
So we'll
Me.
bring him home, is what you're saying.
escort the nice old gentleman
Let's go,
home.
friend. Let's go.
Okay, so you're gonna follow Sean back to his
We're
place.
bringing
Well,
Chan home.
you said, from what we know, we're going for that big building, right?
Yeah.
What we see.
Yeah.
And he pointed along the way, right?
Yep.
So we're just gonna
Plus, he's like in Walking Dead when you got the zombies next to you and the zombies can't like perceive that you're there. If we got Sean with us, then everyone's gonna be like, Sean, who'd you drag in? And we'll be like, we know this guy. He's our friend.
We got
So-
it in with the mushroom zombies.
So we're not going to go to his house, but we're just going to go along the same.
Path.
We're going to
To the spider.
Yeah, we're going to the
follow
spire.
him
Sean, you
until
got-
such time as he gets home. Then we will dip.
Yes.
DM will allow it.
So first consensus we've made all.
So you're just following him, not interacting, just following him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
Well, I mean,
I am. This is the one thing we've seen down here. The other one thing is stabbing me. So I'm like,
Cautious.
I'm watching you, buddy. We're walking the same way.
Well, if
I'm
we're
watching
just
you.
following him, he's gonna drag us into like nowhere zone.
Like, I'm keeping an eye on the spire the best I can, because that's
Okay.
the tallest point.
We're going to the spire, and if he trucks off to his house,
Veer
we'll pass
left.
that interaction.
If
as
he
we
tracks
get there.
off anywhere that's not toward his house, we're ditching his butt.
I'm trying to get. I'm not asking annoying questions, but I'm like trying to get a feel for the situation.
Yeah.
So I'm interacting, but not like
So
giving him a
like,
hug. Like we're having small talk as we walk that way.
where did you guys come from, man?
Where the sun still shines.
Your dreams.
Okay.
Something stabbed me and we ran, and then we kind of fell in here.
Wow, your heart's on your sleeve, my friend.
This is a cool NPC. We should talk to him.
I might have something that might help.
Don't take any
Exits?
mushrooms. Do
What-
not
and
take
what would
anything
that
from
be?
this.
Well, if you got
If he tells you they're succulents, they're not succulents. I know succulents.
You don't think that's succulent?
Let the poor man speak.
I might have something that could fix whatever it was that said you got
Stabbed me.
stabbed.
Yeah, I got
I might have something, man.
Dobrin leans over to the cop and is like, I think I did heal him a little bit. He acknowledged what he said.
Arcadia's just the light source in the middle going, we're all gonna die.
Where have we progressed to in relation to the spire and where he's trying to go?
So you're
We're just
continuing.
perusing.
Toward it.
Yeah.
We just have to keep his attention.
Yeah. So where Dobrin had that ping of like 60 feet ahead, there is like a little beer garden area. Old rotted trees kind of hang like they're what might have been like a small hanging garden gathering place, and there is the whole thing is very nicely cultivated mushrooms, like the same mushrooms that you saw when you came into this Golgari area.
Is that your growth?
One of them. This whole place is like filled with mushrooms, man.
You help cultivate them? You do, how do you prepare
I mean, most of them, just pick them, you eat them.
them? You cook them?
I mean, you can. You cook them. You can shake out whatever little dusty things on the inside.
Sir, how many mushrooms have you eaten today?
What time is it?
Afternoon.
No, I don't think it's afternoon yet. I think
Exactly noon.
It was 9 when we got to the Undercity,
How long
so
have we been talking?
Yeah, how long have we been in the Undercity?
Probably an hour or two.
Okay, so it's currently about 10 o'clock.
10.
Second follow-up question, what was the last time you slept?
He just kind of like, all the exasperated looks, just like, those are some really good questions, man.
Do you
So
sell
really-
these to anybody? Does anyone come for these mushrooms?
The man was speaking.
I mean, some people come, they come for the food mushrooms.
Who?
They have like hair, but it's not hair. It's like it's alive, man. It's far out. It's like
Oh shit.
little eyes on them and stuff.
No.
And then sometimes they come with like these giant bug friends of theirs.
I was hoping that we wouldn't have to deal with them.
Well, let's go then. Yeah. Do you know a way towards the sunlight zone?
Probably towards that tower we're about to turn.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well,
Dobrin, can you lay hands on this man again? Maybe give him a little bit more help.
like he's fixated on the glowing finger of lay hands. He's, whoa, you're like glowing, man.
Right between the eyes.
Ooh.
How much are you doing with that? Are you doing
Just one.
another one?
I'm not wasting too much on this lovely man that
The
Who's
true
already just-
Dobrin's coming out like.
The way I see it, if you want to go up, you have to find the biggest building.
Is it that spire right over there?
He just kind of looks at it. Might be one of them.
One of them.
But I don't know, man. I heard some weird things coming out of there, man.
What'd you hear?
I don't know. Sound like moaning.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Good moaning, bad moaning.
Torture moaning.
Can I
It's a
cure
fine
wounds on this
line.
man?
At what
this
point
point,
are we
it's
gonna have
done
a fight? And when I need health and all, I don't have any more cure wounds. I wonder where it all went. We
I
don't
just love
mushroom
how none
it.
of you are like trying to figure out like what this dude actually is.
Oh, I said
I
mushroom
rolled a
zombie.
perception on him.
Yeah, and you roll low.
All right,
Oh,
now-
fine, I'll roll another perception on him.
I think he
You've been
died,
hanging around for him.
and then is zombie, and he's alive.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my
I
perception.
don't think he has memories
Who are
past his
you?
death.
Who is you? Oh, damn
Nope.
it.
Nope, you didn't see that.
21.
Okay.
I've been silently watching him like.
He just seems like a really nice guy to me.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just seems like a
um,
really legit hippie dude. Undercity.
From being Selesnya, originally.
Dad's teeth. Mom and dad's
Something that somebody may have forgotten. You are familiar with druids, and you're familiar with them being in commune with flora and fauna. Depending
Now that
on
I
the
got
type.
to the
Yes.
grove, I recognize what's going
Yeah.
on.
You recognize more. This is a special kind of underground druid.
Way of the
Druid.
spore.
He is a Circle of Spores druid, which Circle of Spores druid aren't necessarily evil, but from what you've heard, they are, just kind of a abomination of the order of druids. But this guy is just kind of he's just a mushroom druid. Like, he's just a Circle of Spores. Like, what's up, man? But he is a spore druid.
But you told me that he wasn't wearing Selesnya colors.
He
No,
wasn't-
no, it's he's
Alright.
just a spore druid. Doesn't have to be Selesnya. The only reason I recognize is druids got this. They take on what they commune with most.
Yep. So this guy is. And you're conveying this to Dobrin?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dobrin, as you are learning this from a former Selesnian, you start to piece together that it's not so much that he is both living and dead at the same time. It's that the spores that have become part of him is, while keeping him alive, is at the same time, necrotizing him, but still keeping him alive, and that's where you're getting that.
Far out, man.
That
Pretty,
him being
Right.
dead, but he's not.
dead.
He's not dead.
Yeah, like mushrooms was the first thing that came to mind from that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we're totally like surrounded by mushrooms growing out of dead.
So I think he's chill.
He's chill, but he's a plant.
And his
Right,
customers
you're-
are people with hair that's alive with eyeballs.
I'm thinking, I don't know if that's I was thinking, I
Do-
heard.
do you
hair-
know-
I don't know. I think
What's the
brass
fastest
around
way to
here.
the sunlight?
You sit through the building, man.
Fastest way to the sunlight? Ooh. Nobody's asked that for a long time.
That frightens me.
I mean, the best way, I guess, would be if you go up through that building there and straight up. Should get you to where you're going.
Okay, is that the building that had the moaning coming out of it?
Yeah.
Well, he's been pretty useful. I think he deserves a reward. I go into my
Slap.
couch. No, I go into my couch. And what you see is a little bit muddier version, but still kept on him. Jace plushie. He hands it to the dude. He's like, hey man, just in case you need somebody to talk to.
Hey, I know this guy.
Right? He's a big deal, right?
How do you know this guy?
That's the blue guy.
Yeah, right. He's a big guy. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The blue guy, and there was, who else? There was the green girl,
Yeah, yeah.
and who else was
She was
there? There was a white dude, but he was wearing black. Yeah? Yeah, that sounds right.
It sounds about right, but I wasn't there.
I don't know what they
kidding.
were wearing.
Anyway, I just thought you should have this. You're a cool dude.
Cool,
Have a good
man. Yeah, I know this guy.
Like
It's yours.
actually know him? Did you ever talk to him?
I might have. That was a long time ago.
Wait, what? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Come on, Doug. This is out of game.
Yeah.
This is like ready.
Anyway,
I'm guessing you'll stay here.
I mean, I gotta take care of the mushrooms, man.
speaking of, can I travel? Can a little pitch? Little bite? Or I'm
Yeah,
assuming,
he'll-
like, now that we
well,
saw his
Yeah, so
little area.
he's kind of made his way
Yeah.
into, like, as you guys have been having this conversation, he's kind of led you into his little beer garden grove of mushrooms. And he's kind of, you guys are able to converse, with you guys outside and him being inside, just because there's no real barriers, there's no door, there's no windows, like it's
It's all right.
it's all pretty much broken down, opened up, a little bit of rubble here and there, but you guys are still able to converse, and he's like picking up, like going through different pouches and things on workbenches and shelves and things until he finds like this one mushroom. Can't really tell, at least since you don't have dark vision, you can't really tell what color this mushroom really is. And with Arcadia's light, with that firelight, it kind of just, because your eyes are constantly trying to adjust, you're not really getting what the color of this mushroom is, but it's about yay big.
Big old cap.
Big old cap mushroom. Not one of the glowing mushrooms, but
Sweet. I'm
It's
proud
like-
of you
it's like, yeah, man, this should help with the thing.
anyway. I thank you so much. I
Can
take
you help me with my thing?
Go right down the hatch.
What thing was yours?
The painting, the man that was in the painting. Yeah,
Yeah, man, you came out of the painting. That's far out, man.
Yeah, I hurt myself when trying to get out of that painting.
That
Wow.
just seems like your fault, man.
Also, you sound like a junkie, so.
That
we're
just
gonna
sounds
go.
like you did that to yourself.
All right, friends. Nice to
I
meet you,
down the
Sean.
hatch. Is there any, if I start to grow mushrooms in
Uh,
my hands?
no, you don't.
It was
Yeah.
actually a healing mushroom.
No, it's 2d6.
Ooh. La la.
No additional, just 2d6.
Where are my d6? There's one. I'll roll it twice.
Yeah, roll twice, please.
1, 6,
One and
7.
7
7 points.
gives you 7.
There we go. 24. I'm almost at full.
There you go.
Horse
Hey,
question. Is it normal stairs or ladders in there?
Not punch marks.
Oh,
I'm proud. This is.
Big friend.
should be.
Oh man, look at the zipper just popped
I
out.
mean,
What?
Outside.
there's a
I'm
big
just more excited to
sun
cover
on
it
the
back
front of the place,
Big sun on the front of the place.
so it should have stairs.
Okay. Big sun on the front of the. I'm blanking on the building.
That's either Orzov has a sun. Pretty sure. Was it a sun?
It looks, yeah, Orzov is, where are you, Orzov? That. Yes.
Big sun.
Yep, so Orzov is that guy right there. I don't know if you can see that on the screen there.
Man, John, you have been a delight.
Kind of looks like, oh wait, that's the Azorius.
I thought
That guy right there.
All of a sudden, my hand.
Big sun.
Yep, looks like a almost like a compass rose with a circle in the middle. Gray sun. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of points out. He's like, yeah, I can probably help you get in.
Oh
Yeah, but I don't like going in there.
Why is that?
I mean, I told you earlier.
yeah. Lonely.
Yeah, there was some weird sounds coming out of there, man.
How about Sean? We make you a deal. You get us to the building. We go in and figure out what those sounds like. What'd you say?
Yeah, man, that sounds like what I already suggested, so yeah, man, why not?
Hey, damn, we agreement? No, I like it. Good talk being political. Just say what the other person said and then say it was his idea.
Modern democracy.
Modern democracy.
I made this. I made this.
Alright, man, hell yeah. I feel much better. Hell, that mushroom's some good stuff. What's that? What's the name of it?
I don't know, man, but it grows like it grows in a place where there used to be living things.
That tends to be most mushrooms.
Yeah, but no, like it's got like there's like these big rocks, and then these mushrooms that grow next to these big rocks.
Slowly, Arcadia's trying to lead them
Oh.
towards the spine.
As we're progressive, because we all agreed. he's leaving us.
If you guys are walking that way, he's on his way with you.
With Guntar actually has some things other than just punch people in the face that he likes.
Oh, really?
Yes, believe it or not.
Enlighten me.
Well, we're getting into it. Can Guntar make a either not an insight, but like a straight intelligence roll to see if I would be able to pick up like this location he's talking about with my feet that rule Anarch. I'm like kind of not. I have a proclivity to like this rubble belt area. Could I pick up if these rocks or something that I would have in my backyard? These mushrooms. I just want to know if
Yeah.
if I recognize the space he's talking about.
Well, so the space he's talking about isn't on the surface.
True. Okay. I didn't know that.
It is still down
Still
in
down?
still down in the Undercity.
All right.
Yeah, his big thing is that it's he finds them next to these large rocks. Usually they're standing up rocks. It's really weird, man. They're like in rows.
The mushrooms
Fuck.
are in rows.
No, the
No,
standing
they're
up
rocks.
stones are in
They're
rows.
rocks. They're not rocks. They're statues.
Are they stacked? Do they?
The statues
We're
are
in
goblins.
Guntar is not Thor, so Thor is not playing this game. Guntar is still like, man, these rocks are cool. He's starting to talk about the herbalism that he kind of dabbles in, and kind of talks about like the powders and the grains, and he's just kind of sharing his.
And yeah, and Sean is just kind of nodding along with that. It's like, all right, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool, man.
Did Dover
Good
catch
times, these
what
positive
these mushrooms
reinforcement.
look like? The mushroom that he ate?
It was like
Big old caddy.
about yay big.
Was it just like a standard shroom looking, like looks like a tree almost?
Yeah, kind of like flat cap. It was really just the cap. It didn't.
Is it kind of short or is it tall? Stem.
It didn't have the stem.
We didn't see. Could I ask him what kind of stem?
There was no
There
stem.
was no stem.
was snapped off.
It was
stem,
just the
it was
cap.
just the cap.
If we wanted to find this on our own without a Circle of Spores druid, what would we look for next
Rocks.
to these rogue statues?
Tall rocks in a row.
Can I roll an investigation on the statue thingy mappers?
No, they're not around here.
No, they're not. It's not what they were just talking about.
Yeah, they're talking about a place. They're not in the
Oh,
place.
Yes, not in the place.
But what? So okay, what does the cap look like then? What did the cap look like?
So it was about yay big.
Yep, it had
Um,
a color to it.
But it had some color to it, but with the lighting, you couldn't really discern what color it was.
Guntar
But
did
the
check.
druid would know, right?
Well, you gotta remember, he's down in the dark
All the time.
all the time.
He's used to it.
He's a druid. He's like, is it a mushroom?
He is a mushroom. Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom.
Badger.
Badger. Badgers.
And they're delving into the badger video now.
Yep.
I'm upset that I didn't kill myself going through that window now.
Wow, rude.
Wow, you
Jeez.
just all over the place with that.
Mix them up and
I think
listen to
that that's a plant and a cop. Cop plant.
Cop. Maybe he's a cop who's a plant.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I am struck with that wisdom.
Take
Charm.
that one with you, that's for free.
Hey man, I will.
I like this one. Where'd you find him at?
Out in the wilds.
Buy some big rocks.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
We're just steady walking.
So you'll just be down here if we ever want to come visit again.
Oh, we will be.
Oh,
I mean, somebody's gotta take care of the mushrooms.
I'll
Yeah,
mark
but-
Sean's Keep on our maps.
Yeah. And as you guys come up to this building, you can finally notice that, yes, Varys, you do notice that this is in fact an Orzhov bank. That this building is. There is the large Orzhov sun is emblazoned above the door of this place, which has been, which seems to be kind of locked. The door itself is kind of locked together with like interlocking mushroom caps. If you think of like on the sides of trees, the step mushrooms, it's those, but they're linked together.
I look towards the spore druid. Is this gonna harm us if we open this?
Oh no, that's to keep whatever's in there
In there?
in there.
That's where we're going. Isn't it?
Yeah,
So
like don't dead open inside.
Don't dead open inside.
Got it. All right, Sean.
Those are words.
Anything else you want to know? Bones? Anything else you can tell us?
I mean, what do you want to know, man?
Anything you know?
I mean, I know a lot. Just gotta know what you want to know.
Besides the moaning coming from inside, anything else you know? Have you been in there?
Do I sense dead things inside? Not mushroom dead things.
You are getting faint dead things, but not like immediately behind the door. Might be like, way further in, or you're not getting
But the moaning's not from.
you're getting a general sense of dread, but not
Judge, I'm here.
He goes first.
yeah, clearly.
Cop goes first.
Cop goes first. You get a general sense of dread, but you're not getting a
I'm gonna die again.
exact location.
Okay. Do we have to go in there in order to get out? Or were we gonna? For some reason, I had the idea we were climbing this building.
Yeah. So
Yes,
Chon
because the
is-
horsewoman's climbing a building.
Maybe you're like closely related to a goat, and like it's easy.
Chon is leaning against his staff and kind of looks up at the front of the building. He's like, I wouldn't suggest climbing it, man. Like,
Would you suggest we go inside this building? It's safe.
Safer than climbing.
Safer than
safer than climbing, man. I don't know what you're gonna find in there. I mean,
Do the mushrooms know anything about that's in there?
you think the mushrooms talk?
Oh, you're not that kind of druid.
Wow.
That's
I know druids.
kind of racist, man.
I've known some weird druids.
I mean,
Weird in a good way, I think she means.
I don't know. There's the one that talked to flowers.
I talk to flowers every day.
Did the flowers talk back?
I mean, in their flower ways. Not quite the Loxodon ways.
Sean, do you know what kind of creatures we can find inside this building?
I don't know, man. I did this. Make sure they don't come out.
Are you afraid of what creatures are in this building? Or are you afraid of what they can do to this area?
Yes. I mean, they already ruined my mushrooms once.
So you know what kind of creatures they are.
No. They were like all spindly and running around. They trample everything.
Spindly and around, trample everything.
And then turned a lot of them back into mushroom food. But I want to make sure they don't do that again, man.
Spindly.
We're gonna help this fine man.
Are they?
Pat him on the back. All right, open her up.
Okay.
Are they spiders?
So I can't get a straight answer
Limbs?
anyway. We're taking guesses.
Yeah. Or are we just gonna blow through here and figure out what's in here?
I don't want to disrupt his mushrooms.
Yeah, and he's gonna like
That's why I
go
asked
up
him.
with he's gonna like get up there with his staff and kind of take his staff and kind of run it down the center of the interlocking mushrooms, and they'll just kind of peel themselves apart from each other.
Nocturne Alley style.
Huh?
Or not Nocturne Alley, Diagon Alley style.
Kind of.
Like with just the mushroom beads.
Yeah, they just
Right.
kind of they just kind of like almost prehensile, just kind of like pull each other apart. And the door kind of, you can see now that the door kind of gives a little bit of a push as like it's released from the tension of the doors holding, or the mushrooms holding it closed. And the doors kind of slowly creak open. There's just like this wet stench of mildew and decay that just kind of rolls out.
Hey,
of-
super smellers.
Yeah.
I don't think we need super smell for this one.
I'm not gonna make you make a con check on this.
Plus
But
5.
there is a waft of just dead that comes out.
A waft of
Just death. That death stench that
like
just comes out.
death of plants or death of
Just
Death.
rot and
plants?
rot and flesh and like something that hasn't been
Flesh.
opened in. It's just wet rot that you smell.
Can I see inside the building?
You can see in.
Can I roll an investigation on the inside of the building?
I mean, yes, you can.
And because I just remembered, I get advantage on that, correct?
For investigation for.
Because it's my job.
This is not a crime scene.
I was able to do that last week.
Because it was a crime scene.
Scene.
Alright, fine.
But I'm going to let you wait to roll that next week.
Heyo.
Next Tuesday, you can roll that investigation.
There we go.
Hey, everybody.
We're stuck in the city.
They are in the Undercity.
We made progress.
This is gonna be fun. I like this. This is a fun game. Who's having fun? Raise your hand.
I'm having fun.
I mean,
Wow, you guys are.
Wow, thanks guys.
I mean, Varys
from
probably
very slowly raising your hand.
Varys probably isn't. Nathan is.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're asking.
I'm asking the
You're
players.
talking
I'm
about
not-
it.
Okay, thank you. We are going to have a short break, and we are going to come back. Make sure you put your questions into the Twitch chat so our gremlins can get them to me so we can answer your stuff during Table Talk. We will be back in about 5 minutes for Table Talk. Don't go anywhere. Hi. I'm your internet friend, Barton.
Internet's worse than me.
We can tell. Just kidding.
Let's try it again. Hi, I'm your internet friend, Barton from Rivet City Limited and Didact Gaming. And these are all the same people that were here before, only we're not playing games anymore. The table talk portion.
Just a
Answer
general
your questions.
MVP.
Dude, do
MVP.
we even have
The
to
mushroom
ask?
guy.
Do we even have to ask? No vote. That's no vote.
Sean.
Sean.
He
Sean.
is a fun guy.
He is a fun guy.
In quotation,
He is
I wrote it.
He is a very fun guy.
He's a
It's
fun
sad.
guy.
And somebody wanted to burn
my
his
God.
face.
I didn't know.
We never do.
Awesome. Questions, comments, concerns
Uh,
from the peanut gallery.
Would that be us?
Yes.
It's the 4 of you.
I
I
like
was thinking it was like the.
I mean, I have the
camera
questions
guys.
from chat, but I want to hear from you guys first.
I'm big speculation of those statues. I don't know their statues. Rocks. Excuse me.
Is it a graveyard?
Is it a boat? Is it like
Yeah, what is it?
Thor and Gunther are like? They're like Thor's just like wondering because I love me some Braskin.
Okay, so
Sorry, so I can
are
feel
rocks.
everybody in.
Are rocks. What does Guntar think it is?
Gunther thinks they're rocks.
Okay, because he's not smart.
No, he heard
Yeah.
rocks, so he's like, okay, they're rocks, cool,
Sure.
big rocks. I have big rocks where I live. Where like that's why I was trying to pester like
Yeah.
see if I can patch down location. Thor knows a lot more about this lore than Gunther does.
All right.
So Thor does not think they're rocks.
And Thor doesn't want to be spoilery. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's gonna try to keep his not his thoughts, but where's the fun in that?
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. I honestly, I like to hear where you guys think it's going.
How much longer
There's
are
a
you gonna
certain
keep
guild
me
leader
alive?
of a certain guild that we happen to be living in, who happens to be a ancient.
So it's like this. You get to stay alive as long as you're useful.
Fuck!
Jumping through rotted windows.
Jumping through broken windows, things like that.
The window is well. The window
Are
kind
you
of
having
was
fun with
broken.
your maraca there?
What?
You having fun with your maraca?
My face is stuck.
Well, then open it up and shuffle them around
Did
without.
we go a complete opposite direction, literally, than you were anticipating?
a little bit.
Did the window throw?
One question at a time. A little bit, but not a crazy ton out of direction from where I think you guys were gonna go.
Did the window throw you for a loop?
I fully expected it.
That's why I'm like,
I mean, the window. So, I expected you all to hide. I mean, no. I shouldn't say I expected you all to hide. I was disappointed that you all decided to hide.
Oh.
Like nothing to me.
From the
like,
rats?
Well, okay. One, hiding from the rats was like, really? You're hiding from rats?
We don't know if they had backup.
What if they were humanoid rats?
They were rats. They were just giant rats. They weren't were rats.
You never know.
I told you they were giant rats, not were rats.
we did.
Some DMs are really tricky about that kind of semantics.
And, okay, here's the thing.
Semantics? I'm always up for semantics.
Here's the thing about creatures. I will never say they are one thing when they are actually another thing. So, like, if they're giant rats, they are giant rats. If they are were rats, they're were rats. But they're giant rats. They were giant rats, and you guys just went, nope. And then you heard shuffling, and at the first sign of shuffling, you're just like, nope. It's like,
Well,
I'm not.
to be fair,
To be fair.
To be fall.
To be fair.
To be fall.
to be fair, they weren't gonna do anything. It was me just yelling out, "We need to hide."
Yeah, who made you the leader of the party?
I literally was like,
I don't know why anybody made me
They
the
want
leader of the
barbecue
party.
rats.
I jumped through a window.
Yeah, like
like
with Chan, I didn't expect you guys to just like run in terror from him, and you guys just ran in terror from him.
You were like, no.
I hate.
Unless it was like, okay, you guys can just like hide from every little thing.
Guntar stood his ground.
Guitar had no idea what was going
Guitar
on.
stood his ground because he rolled low.
I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta roll low to get the good
You
outcome.
just gotta role play the role, man. That's it.
I'm just standing there against the wall, like, well, am I attacking? Is it friendly?
I'm inside the building doing Peter Griffin. Ah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah.
Well, Guntar's attitude, I think, shifted as soon as we went from sewer to into somebody's actual backwoods.
Yeah.
Area.
It's a whole. We are at a new point of we could really create some enemies. Right
Yeah.
now.
You go right. And we could like lure. We don't know what's in here, so I don't like. I'd much rather see that it's legit rats and then be less scared than.
Well, I think as soon as like we found out we were in the Undercity, that's when both Gunthar and Varus were like, "Fuck."
Yes.
But
We
I
don't need to
did
be here.
immediately go say hi to Chan
Yes.
and tell him we were mushroom hunters.
I mean, Sean's a cool dude.
Yeah, dude,
He
he
laid
just seemed
back
to really.
dude.
I hope he enjoys that plushie. I really
Yeah.
do.
Like,
I mean, he
Is there a
knows
deeper-
Jace.
Yeah,
knows
he
Jace.
straight
Yeah,
up
we
knows
learned
Jace or
something.
he knows of Jace. I couldn't figure it out.
He's like, I think I talked to him once, and I'm like,
Everybody's just like, "He might know something."
come back later if we survive.
later, season
Question
3. Hey guys, remember Sean from episode 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's what
I mean, yeah, that's why I marked it on my map just in case.
Yeah.
As soon as like the question of what's your name was asked, I'm like, "Don't say Cheech and Cheech or Chong. Don't say Cheech or Chong."
Just Sean.
Sean.
Chan. Just like Birkins. Just like Birkins, man.
Just like her.
But I tried to level it out between a little bit of Chong, man, but also a little bit of like Mitch Hedberg,
I could get a little bit of that vibe.
and maybe like a little bit of Jason Lee from We Bare Bears, where he plays Charlie the Bigfoot. Like trying to get like those three to mesh, it kind of works. But yeah, cues from cues. Lindy Cats. What would the characters choose to drink? What's their drink of choice? What's your character's drink of choice?
Drink as in.
Drank.
I don't think.
Like
Yes,
as in like shots. Everybody.
Guntar is not
It was as
found.
bad as a wham bit.
Untar's not an ale, like a wine sweet drunk, but ale and liquor. Just anything he doesn't. He don't fucking care.
Mead and like old fruit, like fermented fruit. What do you call that stuff you make in jail?
Toilet wine.
I
Prison
think there's a
wine.
different name for it than that.
No, it's toilet wine.
Are you talking about shine? Are you talking about moonshine?
No.
No, she's talking.
You're talking
You
about.
call it toilet wine. I'm gonna Google
It's
that.
toilet wine.
Yeah, that's what
Prison
I'm
wine,
pretty sure
toilet
it's
wine.
called.
Prison
I
wine.
thought it was called something else.
Awesome.
Someone help me out, man.
Put in the chat. What about Varys? What do you drink?
Just an ale.
Ale,
Ale or whatever the equivalent. They'll
Oh,
have like a-
follow-up question.
Follow up.
Question from Wandering Rogue on the same topic.
Obviously.
So, what is their favorite drink, and what are your characters like drunk?
You might see one day. Might see one day. No spoilers.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be a fun episode.
No, I mean,
I haven't-
take Guntar, get him drunk. What do you think is gonna happen?
He's
punch happy.
fight
But-
everyone.
No, he's a
But-
cuddler.
But
He's a cuddler.
But
Oh,
to his
God.
defense, he has a +5 to any constitution check
Hooch.
or save.
Huh?
I think Hooch.
I mean, that's just any kind of bootleg liquor is hooch.
Okay,
No.
alright.
So,
Well,
like-
that's the word I was looking for. Okay.
Okay, some hooch.
Alright.
All right.
So y'all know that was
Me nooch.
Like, there is a song called "Who Got the Hooch," and it's
in
about.
Ravnica or in real life.
Huh?
Real life. It's
That's
on
right.
Waterboy
There's a real song
soundtrack.
called "Who Got the Hooch." I forget who it's by, but it's about
Waterboy
who has
soundtrack.
the liquor, who has the drink. Like,
Waterboy soundtrack.
is that what it is?
It's on the Waterboy.
It's on the
Oh, yeah,
Waterboy
it's on the Waterboy soundtrack. Yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna say that's the word that.
Yeah.
that
So just
I want to know
general
what
alcohol.
Arcadia would be like drunk.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
sure.
I
you
imagine a
mentioned
good
shady
time.
vibes.
Oh yeah, no.
No one tells
Like she
father.
seems really super logical and like, hey guys, we need to do this. No, we should do this. Throw that completely out the window into next week when she's drunk. Like Goblin saying we should go light something on fire. She's like the first person going, yes, do this now.
I can see it.
It explains why 3 goblins died in one night.
Like,
Yikes.
Wow.
Big yikes.
but
Everything.
we like to go to Birkin, so
Like-
you might get to see some characters drunk one day. You never
Who
know.
got the hooch or hooch is by everything.
Never know.
It's by everything.
Literally everything.
So let's see. Chat has decided that Loxodons have elephant ear pastries for ears. This joke is never gonna
It's
die.
just full. Our ears are full of elephant ear pastries.
Oh.
Ear scars are nothing to laugh at, people.
I didn't laugh at them.
That's actually where I keep my cheese that I feed to
Ear
rats.
cheese.
Whoa!
Oh, that did make me really kind of sick.
Oh,
and
God.
it's where also where I keep my hooch. I just keep everything in the ears.
Who are you, Dumbo?
Yes.
Let's see
That's
what
my
else.
secret storyline. We'll find out later.
Chat is also disappointed that no one ate the mushrooms. Here's the thing. Somebody didn't eat a mushroom.
I did.
He ate a mushroom.
I did eat a mushroom.
You ate a mushroom. It wasn't one of the hallucinogenic mushrooms, but it was a mushroom. He ate a mushroom.
I did.
So chat,
There's a time and a place for those other mushrooms.
there's a time and a place. Maybe sooner, maybe later. Who knows? I don't
Maybe
know.
when we're not in the middle of somebody's guild territory.
I mean, you're not in their guild hall.
True.
But we're still in their territory.
Undercity is like
Guys, the time right now is not for hallucinogenics.
Yeah,
we are
I
out in the middle of a quest to find Cranko.
I have been in
This
a
is the
campaign.
perfect time for hallucinogenics.
I will solve this case now.
I am on the clock.
Sherlock Holmes style.
Technically, you're not.
What
Fuck
you
you.
are drinking is made for eye
There's a
surgery.
time and place.
Yes, it's quite.
I have been in a campaign where these shrooms came in handy, like for investigative purposes. We had to get into a dwarven rave. And
Nice.
We had to pay with these glowing
Pay with shrooms. Pay with glow shrooms.
That's how we got in.
There is
So
a
they will
question
be
that will come
attended
up that I
Chat's just one of these
Let's see. Is Mushroom Guy based on personal acquaintance or experience at all? Preferring not to answer is cool too. No, I just dove into this. He's kind of a mix of Tommy Chong and Mitch Hedberg, and
They had a baby.
and
What's a
that
mushroom?
baby was named Matthew Lillard.
Oh my
But,
gosh. And then suddenly the Shaggy memes just start.
right, Shaggy memes. But like,
speaking of,
what?
he didn't get the Shaggy for the new updated animated one.
What?
Yeah, he found out via Twitter.
Oh.
That sucks.
I know,
Oh.
right?
That's sad.
Sad for him.
That like really sucks, man.
I know, right? It's only
Hey. What's up, man? You disappointed? What?
If you fucking create a Shaggy character, I'm gonna be super upset.
I was really tempted to make him Shaggy. Time and place. Speaking of time and place, do you regret jumping through that window? As
Oh fuck no,
orgasm?
dude! That was awesome. Are you kidding me?
I mean, you took damage from it, so
I don't care.
No Ragerts here.
Not for me. I jumped through a window.
I did tell someone to punch me in the face to keep my rage going.
I really did.
Yeah, do you regret that?
No, because had we got attacked, it'd have been very beneficial to be at taking half damage. So yeah, that would be that's nice. I like it.
Okay.
A lot.
All right. Final thoughts.
I'm gonna jump through some more windows.
I'm gonna go take some medicine.
Sure.
I'm gonna go play
Oh.
some Destiny.
I do have one other final thought from Thor's random thought.
Sure. Let's hear it.
The day after? No, wait. It was yesterday. It was a Monday. Anyway, Pokemon. The new one.
Yeah, Shield Sword.
Shield and
It
Sword.
was like a week ago, dude.
Did I announce that last week?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
I need drugs.
Yeah, you
of,
did.
like, of the like medicinal variety.
Yeah.
I
I mean, programming notes.
yes.
I got a few programming notes from Lord Tritus. Lords of Tritus.
Did you just call him trash?
Yep. We got Neighborhood Gaming, new episodes coming soon. He didn't say what, just says new episodes coming soon.
Did the one for
New Bullet Time episodes coming out soon, or coming out weekly, week after they air here on Twitch. Those go up on the YubTubs. So if you tuned in late, missed some stuff, and the VOD's not on Twitch anymore, just go to the YubTubs and watch them there.
Subscribe.
I'm gonna
Subscribe.
I'm gonna create a restaurant that's just called the Yum Tubs.
YubTubs. I mean, it's like the Ewa. Yep. Nut. Let's see what else we got. New shorts. We're still in the process of remastering Apartment Ops, which is one of our old 7-bit videos back from the Rivet City 7-bit days. So that's gonna be coming out. We're gonna be doing more shorts, more episodes of Zomboy and Dinner Plays Resident Evil 2. New episodes of those go up on Fridays. So be watching the Rivet City YubTubs for that on Fridays. And then Detour is this month. It is at the end of the month. It is like 3 freaking weeks away. That is craziness.
Yes, 3 weeks away. Yes.
Yeah, 3 weeks. The Hyatt Regency, downtown Minneapolis. Pre-reg is closed, but you can still get in at the door. Still get in at the door. It's gonna be a wait in line,
Do it.
but you can still get in.
Go.
Why should you go? Because we're gonna be there. Rivet City's gonna be there. It's gonna be the best thing ever. We got the tavern. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have drinks, merriment, hanging out.
There'll be a panel.
There'll be a panel. Spicy Fan Fiction is making its Detour debut.
There you
We
go.
debuted that back at 2DCon last August, and it was a huge success. Huge success.
Huge. The biggest.
Huge. The biggest success. No, but for serious, we packed a room, and more people wanted to get in. So here's the thing: if you can't get into the Spicy Fan Fiction panel at Detour, we will be streaming it live on this channel. Would you like to share with the class?
I said, holy shit, yes we will.
Right on this channel, we are going to stream our Spicy Fan Fiction panel, which will be phenomenal, as it always is. And then after that, I think 2DCon is the next big convention for Rivet City.
And
That's where.
That's in August. Same hotel.
That's where
Yeah, live show.
First one for the
First live show.
Oh, man.
We're gonna have our very first live show. That unfortunately won't be streamed, but it will be live. Maybe a one shot, maybe just audio. We might film it, but depending on what our internet connection is like, we'll see. We may stream it, we may not. We don't know yet.
This is news to me.
How is it news to you?
Did we talk about it last week?
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that at all.
Clearly. But that is it for us. Be right here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Watch more Bullet Time. You can catch me on the Twitch pretty much Monday through Friday, except for Tuesdays when I'm here, over at my channel, Die Gaming. Linkbot has it. Otherwise, you can just go and hit Die Gaming in the search bar up there, and that'll find me. We play things like Elite Dangerous, Skyrim. It's fun.
Occasionally Destiny.
Occasionally Destiny, occasionally Apex. Apex is so good.
Apex is fantastic.
That guy's on Twitch. That Nate kid is on Twitch
Yeah,
every once in a while.
when I can.
American Hellfire.
I might stream. Well, because I finally got my stream stuff back. It's just now trying to figure out how the fuck I'm going to make everything work now. Because
Streamlabs.
yes, but my computer is in a separate room entirely from all my game consoles.
I feel that every day.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is. I'm trying to figure that out. Otherwise, I will probably just stream again for my stuff.
What? There you go. Right there. All right. But that is going to be it for us tonight. Have a week. We will see you next week. Bye, guys.